We could
Okay.
just open with dick pics and take it from there, creeping.
Metaphysics is going to have to be the quote unquote religion of tomorrow. If it isn't, you're fucked. Totally and absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That's the vibe right now. And if you couldn't tell, we're already rolling. We're live. And so, Doobie, what were you just saying a second ago about dick pics not being a crime?
I didn't say it wasn't a crime, but my thing is, has there ever been a situation where dick pics worked? Like, you just send a random girl your dick pic, and she's like, "I want to fuck you now." Like, why does this phenomenon just keep happening?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm pretty positive that somewhere on the internet, somewhere on the interwebs, men are successful after having opened conversations with dick pics. Because if they weren't successful, even it might not have been the pick. It could have been the game. It could have been your riz afterwards. It could have been he was a nice guy. He had a great conversation. It could have been a million things. But there are people who had to have been successful after they opened a conversation with unsolicited penis pictures.
I think so too.
I accept that. I accept that as a reality of the world that we live in today. This is what's going on. This is what comes with liberation. You don't always get to be disgusted anymore because we're all, we all just out here trying to figure the world out. So you can't be appalled and like clutch your pearls and oh, I never. No, those days are gone. Those days are gone. You're twerking all over the internet. Everybody's seen your taint on your Instagram. So if somebody sends you a pipe pic, I mean that's just part of the game, right?
That's what I'm saying. But if you're showing your camel toe, what can you expect after that? What can you expect?
It feels like it's part of the game at this point.
Wait,
You know?
I have to stop this. This is rape culture. This is I'm. You.
Well, who's raping who?
There
If you're
is
showing
no.
me
Wait a
your
minute.
camel toe, purposely.
It doesn't matter. It's still covered by a thin veneer of some sort of fabric. If you, in any just because it's on a screen doesn't mean it's not sexual assault. Anytime you show a chick your dick unsolicited, it's a crime.
Even
It's a
even if
crime.
it's only virtually, not in real life.
I can't imagine that the jurisprudence in place that would make that distinction. Well, if you run up on the bitch in an alley and you flash her from a trench coat, you're going to jail for that.
That's
but
scary.
if you send her an email, because either way because you could say, oh well, when he opened his jacket, you could have kept your eyes
No.
above his
That's
waist.
an immediate threat of possible violent sexual assault. This
Yeah,
guy's
'cause
right
he's
here.
running
No,
up
no, no.
on you.
But you don't get charged. But you don't get charged because it's a threat of
Oh,
violence.
right.
You get
Yeah.
charged because you took your dick out.
True.
So it's I didn't want to see your dick.
So it's
You showed me your dick. You're on the fucking list. You're on the list. You got to tell people when you're moving in. You're one of those guys now. But
right.
for some reason, it's culturally inculcated. Is that the word?
Inculcated, absolutely.
It's inculcated. It's so nonchalantly done. People don't think twice about it. It's a worldwide, international phenomenon, and I gotta think the number of successful attempts. We're talking maybe fractions of a percentage point, and if we're talking more than 1 in 100, it's not many. It's not many. It's some tough door-to-door salesmanship. You're hauling around. Your dick is a vacuum cleaner at that point. Like you're just going door to door, bitch. Do you want a vacuum cleaner? Most of them don't. Nobody in general, no one is going to be as impressed with your dick pic as you are. You take it and you feel good.
Oh, my bad. I just feel like it's a fair advertisement with the parameters of what we accept in the sexual marketplace and the social situations. Like I feel like it's a fair advertisement. You got so many women complaining about men's sexual prowess not being up to par, them not being able to satisfy them properly, small D energy, like all of these things that are floating around.
Heavy topics and plenty of fish. Heavy topics.
All of this
Heavy
stuff that's
topics.
floating around. What's the matter? And if you go to the average, okay. So the thin layer of clothing here seems to be where where it translates from a regular activity to a crime.
I call bullshit because when you're shaking your ass You're putting your hands in your shirt to adjust your titties. That's come on.
But they're still not bare, and that's because it's illegal on social media unless it's Twitter. Okay, so that's where pipe pics unsolicited are okay. Twitter.
All right, hold on. Now I gotta
Anywhere
ask
else,
a question though.
anywhere else you gotta ask first.
So, okay, because I guess I've never even considered this, but your line of thinking has forced me to confront this idea. Has any chick ever gone to jail because a dude has turned them over for flashing her beaver?
We need to.
Never.
Yo, that
We need
bitch,
to.
Never
that
happened.
bitch flashed me her pussy. Can you please take her to prison, officer?
Never
We
happened.
need
Please.
to. Never. None.
Happen. Have you ever gotten an unsolicited pie pic though?
Not from a stranger. Never
Yeah.
just,
Okay.
hey,
Oh,
it was
hold
nice
on.
chatting
Okay.
to you later.
Let's-
Here's a picture of my clit.
Let's unpack that a little bit. So not from a stranger, but it was still unsolicited. Is it from a person who you would say has every right to assume that this is a picture you would want to see?
Rephrase the question.
Okay, so it was unsolicited, but did it come from a person who you have an intimate physical relationship with?
Yes, or being close thereof.
Okay, all right. It's getting a little bit deeper. Okay, so it's not just from a rando person that you just happen to know who's like, hey, take a look at my roast beef.
It's never been the first degree of movement towards a sexual encounter,
Okay.
ever.
So it was
It's
after there
never-
was something already established.
It's something headed towards there, or something already happened. Absolutely.
So
I
they
have,
would
I have
jump
a
into
question.
conclusions by sending you the meat curtains.
No, it was very much not. It wasn't a leap of faith.
Okay, well that's good. That's good.
It wasn't like, I
okay.
wonder if he'll like these.
Okay.
It's never that.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
different.
clear.
Every woman assumes that every man's gonna like it anyway, so that's not really a good metric. They just like the dudes are probably thinking that women are gonna like it, but they are like,
I
no,
don't
we
know.
hate this. We hate
If that
this.
if that
Why are you
was
doing
if
this?
that was true, I don't think there'd be so much vaginoplasty or whatever it's called. Not all women feel
Oh.
great about their lips. There's a lot of
Okay.
beautiful women who feel like they have goofy looking vaginas.
There's vagina reconstruction, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's vaginoplasty. That's
Yes.
what it's called. As there should be. As there should be.
I need a
Yeah,
shape
yeah.
up. Yeah, give me an edge. Just let me.
I think
Gotta
so.
edge up your box.
It is what it is.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I think the whole beautification, like all of that entire industry, is just based on people being unsure of themselves and self-doubt and all this insecurity, and I think it's fucked up.
Most
But
definitely.
it's thriving. It's hundreds of billions of dollars probably every year, and there's no real victim, because if there wasn't all the makeup and all the extra shit, people would still feel inadequate, maybe to a lesser degree possibly, but they'd still feel inadequate. So you can't really blame them for they're basically drug dealers, and the drug they happen to be dealing in is beauty and status. They're basically drug dealers. It's addictive, it's dangerous, there's some
Dopamine's involved for sure.
Yeah, man.
oh yeah so
Escapism.
yeah, absolutely. But so speaking of weird guys who probably send penis pictures unsolicited, I got wind of this guy named Yakub Yerkes. And Yakub Yerkes has been branded on the internet as the delusional incel. And this guy recently contacted the police because he was threatened by the father of a girl that he's trying to court. And when I say trying to court, well, I you know what? He gets into it pretty early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Yakub Yerkes explain himself, his logic. This is kind of a long clip here, long-ish. We'll pause it. We'll talk about it the whole way through. But I just want you to see if you can gather what's going on here, who's the victim, why he's contacting the police. This is Yakub Yerkes telling the cops what's going on with him. Check this guy out.
Song for a woman that I kind of like,
Okay.
the Cracker Barrel, and I was going to play a song for a woman that I kind of like, and I got there, and she saw me, and she immediately pulled away, and I wasn't forcing her to listen or anything, I just wanted to play the song for her,
So far, he's at the Cracker Barrel.
He's a troubadour. He
He's a
just wanted to
troubadour.
play it. He wanted to play a tune for the gal.
He's a modern day bard.
He's recording the police.
Yeah, he contacted the cops, so they came outside to meet him to see what was going on because he said he wanted to file a complaint or something. And so he's
I
recording
like this guy.
Yeah, he's
I like
recording the conversation just for everyone's safety. You know, you got to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so far, I don't feel like he has a gun in his hand. He called the police.
Right.
I like this guy so far.
Right.
He's the most courteous man with a restraining order in the history of the world. I agree.
Yeah.
Give her her own choice if she wanted to be with me. You know?
Does she know you?
Yeah, I worked with her there for like 5-6 months.
Did y'all have a relationship?
No, we were talking a little bit, but it never really got serious.
Okay.
But anyways, I pulled up there, and I was in the other parking lot, and I saw her get in her car, and I was like, oh shoot, it's my moment. So I pulled up there next to her, and she pulled away from me, and so I chased her a little bit.
Okay.
Chased her. He said he chased her. Ladies and gentlemen,
Really
he said
bad
he chased her
choice of words.
for a little
Okay.
bit.
Fair use.
I wanna do a class for people like this. Like, I'm not the greatest person in the world when it comes to women advice, but I feel like I could become a millionaire with these.
Listen, the word chase while standing in front of police officers should never even come into your mind.
But he said it was just a little bit though.
It was a casual chase.
It's a little.
It was just
you've
a
seen the
casual
Pepe Le
chase.
Pew cartoons, officer.
Casual
Yeah,
chase.
not like a high speed, high
Nothing.
intensity.
No weapon.
Full
Not
sprint.
sprinting with a knife in my hand. Just a
No.
casual. Hey.
Just a brisk chase. So yeah, it gets a little, hold on. Fair use.
So I chased her a little bit, just because, I don't know, women are crazy. Like, I felt like she, wanted me to
Do
chase
you
her.
not think chasing somebody's crazy?
Well, it's just like, I only went, a couple blocks down the street.
I'm just saying.
So
My dog said women are crazy.
yeah, they just
chase women.
they
They're
just
just
break
crazy.
out running and
They're
shit.
just
When you
crazy.
try to talk to them, they just break out running. So you gotta listen. He didn't get his full answer from her yet, or whether she liked the song, whether she wanted to be with him. She just took off running. So I mean, if you gotta get closure. You don't want to leave everything open ended. Like, hey, are we together now, or did you like the song? If she runs away, you got to get clarification, right? You can't just,
Right. How are we
gotta
leaving
confirm
things?
it.
Listen,
gotta confirm
I am stuck on. How long did you chase her? It was only a couple of blocks.
a couple of blocks.
This is again okay. First fuck up is using the word chase. But now that we've established there was a chase, only and blocks can't go together. There is no only blocks.
Blocks.
At the most, a chick's walking away. She pulls away. I take one step towards her. She keeps going, and we're done. Like, oh baby, come back. Oh damn.
She's gone.
That's it.
And
You
she's gone.
a step or two. Like, listen, I really care. I'm a little sad, but I will get a lot of time to just do what the fuck I want to do while you work this out, and
Listen,
that's a great thing.
The only
But-
time you should chase a woman is if she dropped her wallet and she thinks you're a mugger.
Nah,
And you're just
even
trying to
then,
handle it.
no, turning that
Nope.
shit into police.
Nope.
Find this bitch.
No.
Nope, I'm not.
You
not.
put the whole
no.
wallet. You take the wallet to the post office. You just drop it off. That's it. That's it. That's
So
it.
to
I
make it clear,
I-
no chasing. at
Yo,
all.
true
No
story.
chasing.
True story. I almost got tased because I returned a woman's purse. She lost her purse at a bus stop at the mall. I picked it up. I opened it. I called the phone number that was on something, and there was like a prescription medicine bottle or something. Whatever it was. I called the phone number on it, told them where I was so they could meet me at a gas station, and the woman showed up with her husband who was a cop, and he pulled out his taser on me because they were under the
Jesus
impression
Christ.
that I lifted the purse from them. Not that I found it and returned it. They were like, "Oh, you're the reason it's gone in the first place," and you just felt like you felt guilty. Now you want to give it back, but they were super suspicious. Son pulled the taser out, the whole nine. So never ever try to return the property of
Just,
a woman. No.
just steal it.
Yeah.
Take the money.
No, don't steal it.
Just-
Don't steal it. Don't steal it.
Take the money.
Take
leave
it.
on the ground.
Put it in the freaking, take it to the post office or something, or a fire station, and just pick it up with a stick. Like, like kids who find a dead body in a movie, you just pick it up with a stick, you take it to the police station, or not police, because they'll kill you. Take it to the fire station.
No. As your attorney, I'm going to help you out even more. Call with an anonymous tip.
There's a purse on the ground.
on 24th and just call it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in anonymously and let the police show up to get it.
There we go.
Be-
We established it. There you go.
Because now you're not even, hey, are you sure you just found this?
Yeah,
You don't
it's
want to
too
explain
much.
it to the police, even just explaining it to the person. Listen, there is nobody with that level of just shoulder angelry that's gonna get you to steal it in the first place and then go through the trouble. This is more work than any criminal would be willing to go through. I'm gonna exercise some MacGyver-like ingenuity. This bitch has prescriptions. Her name and phone number but very few people are gonna be that resourceful and diligent. Like, I really want to get her purse back. If you stole it and felt bad about it, that shit is getting abandoned somewhere.
Those
Mo-
definitely.
Most
definitely.
people just aren't that good. So just the craziness of, look, my husband's coming. We're tasing you. We know that you did it. But
Well,
again,
yeah,
I'm not shocked.
you know?
Stuff it in the mailbox.
He's a cop,
Call
you
it
know.
that
A
anonymous
cop
thing.
has to take an opportunity. You can't just be like, "Oh, thanks, buddy." You got to be like, "No, you see how I handled that nigga?" You know what I'm saying?
It's a black
Those
dude with a purse.
Rogans.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
get them
can't-
down.
All right, so let's get back to this poor troubadour here.
Well, it's just like I only went like a couple blocks down the street.
I'm just saying, don't you think chasing somebody's crazy when they obviously don't want to?
Well, I had my song playing and I wanted to like her to hear it maybe.
Apparently she don't want to hear it, right? So what else happened? Let's get on with the story.
Well, anyways,
So you can see the cops are already done.
Oh yeah.
Like they're already done. Like, all right, get on with the story. What else happened?
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck
Yeah,
are you here for? bro?
after I chased her only a couple of blocks, it's over. There's
They-
nothing else to talk about.
They want to tase him right now for chasing a woman earlier today. Like they want to just post
Retro tase.
Yeah, retro tase him right now.
her father called me
This
up
guy's
and he
ready
made
to
some
tase.
threats
Look
to
at
me into my life,
Okay.
and so I just want to have his name on file.
What did he say to you?
I think he said he's gonna stab me, like, but he's like cussing at me.
He said that, or he did say that?
He says I'm gonna do something to you. I swear I do something to you.
For chasing his daughter?
Yeah, but it wasn't chasing. It was like going down a couple streets. Like that's like fun to women. Like women like that. A little bit of excitement.
Yo, he's definitely watched too many Pepe Le Pew videos and was like, this works.
Oh
This
shit!
works. This
No!
works.
Is he wrong?
No,
Is he wrong?
This-
I'm just trying to clarify. Is he not correct? Is that
absolutely fucking wrong. There is okay. So there's a playful hard to get, and then there's terror. There's sheer terror. This man is gonna kill me. I'm gonna be raped and murdered, and I don't know in what order, but it's going down. This dude is like, bitch, you gotta hear this song. I would chase you for blocks. And then the dad shows up. Look, you're chasing. It was on. Women like to be chased.
Women like to be
it's
chased.
fun? It's
You
fun
know
for them.
how it is. And he's talking to them.
It's fun for
he's
them.
talking to them. He's talking to them like, you come on, you guys know. You guys
That's
know.
the-
You guys chase women all the time.
No, bitch, high speed chases. We have to arrest people. There's a no. This is terrible. Music making from this gentleman. There's no a woman winks at you and smiles and plays hard to get, and there's some sort of expression of interest. If the moment you pull up and like, hey, bitch, I got a song, and her there's already fumes from her car with the peeling out. This is not. That's not a wink and a smile. That's not hard to get. Like, please try harder. That's like, dude, I'm really afraid of you. And I've told you a couple times now to stop showing up at my job with your hillbilly mariachi band. Just leave me alone. Stop giving me Cracker Barrel concerts. I don't want you. Like
Women like persistence, though. Let's be honest. They
Look,
like you to
this is not
have
the
some
first
stick
time.
to it. Don't give up. Be diligent, like all that shit. All that type A personality shit, right?
This is the female version of on site. In the male world, it's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up on site. As soon as there's eye contact, there's violence. That's fight. The female is flight. Look, on site, she had made a decision. The moment she sees you, she's fleeing in terror. There's no justification. This dude is lost.
Right. She didn't even rebuff his advances. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to you, Jacob. She just ran.
And he took it as like, oh, she's just playing.
It's a game.
playing.
She triggered his
She's just-
instincts.
She's just
She
playing.
triggered his instinct. She started running. He
just
was
playing.
like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, 6
Oh,
blocks.
yeah.
I got this. I
It's
got
5
this.
million years of rapist DNA. It's just awakened in me. I just gotta grab her. She starts running. I gotta grab her. Bro.
Come on, man. Come on, guys. You guys chase people. You know.
You know.
Well, what about like
If I was a
Porn.
father, I'd probably tell you the same thing.
what about like BDSM porn, where women like to have rape fantasies?
Well, apparently this girl doesn't.
Hold on. Let's bring that back. Just be sure what he referenced right here after telling the cops that he chased a woman and for a few blocks because women like that kind of stuff. Right after that, he follows it up with this.
Well, apparently this girl doesn't.
BDSM.
Well, who knows? Most women do like having rape fantasies.
Okay. Do you think she does?
I don't know, but
Hold on,
have
wait,
rape
wait.
fantasies. What about like
If I was a
Porn.
father, I'd probably tell you the same
I
thing.
what
have
about
a
like
question.
BDSM porn, where women like to have rape fantasies?
Well, apparently-
I have a question.
Wow. This
I have a
is
question.
amazing, dude. This
I have
is
a question.
No,
Please.
Doobie said he likes this guy.
I have a question. Well, not anymore.
Once he followed up with rape fantasy,
Yeah.
I
When he
think
said
this
chase,
disavow.
chased and all that, it's over. But I'm just saying, I come from a porn generation. I'm pretty sure you gentlemen too. Have you guys have ever like dated women and just had your minds like this is how women are because of porn, or has porn were you able to establish the difference between this is a real woman and this is a porno?
Well, it depends.
Go ahead.
I think it depends on how much real interaction you having versus how much porn you're consuming. Because if you're looking at a lot more, one is way more accessible than the other. So if you're looking at a lot of porn and that's what you're using, and then you start connecting with women, especially women who may be, it depends on the age too, right? Because if you're in the age bracket where you're under 30, you 25, 24 years old, that kind of shit, you may not be encountering women who can speak up for themselves, tell you what they like, explain their process sexually, and like I don't know if people are having those conversations at 23 or 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
those women are more likely to just roll with the punches and act it out and be like, oh yeah, slam it, daddy, because that's how I like it. Like they're just doing it. They're at the party. They can't really speak up for themselves. The male ego. You fuck around and get your ribs broken if you tell them to go left instead of go right. You just never. That's what women be thinking. So and who knows how true it is, but I think you're just less likely to deal with women who be like, yo, slow down, cowboy. This ain't a movie. Let's do this right. And so I think it's older people may have less issues, but I think young people who are watching a lot of porn, following a lot of shit on social media, watching women twerking and all this exaggerated sexuality, yeah, they're probably doing some wild shit.
Sheesh.
They're probably doing some wild shit. They're probably out here fish hooking bitches in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how bad it's gotten. I mean,
Apparently,
I
this
assume
guy
it's gotten-
thinks chasing is normal, so it's bad.
Yeah, this guy's he's talking to the cops.
Right. So to even, but to put it in the because look where we've gone from. I'm innocently showing up to sing her a song, and
To
we've
rape
come
fantasies.
to right the justification. Like me, like he's basically saying like me showing up to sing for her was basically me dressing her up with leather straps and
Yeah.
whipping the shit out of her.
Yeah, that's the
Like
foreplay.
it's
I wrote you a
basically the
song.
same thing. Right.
I wrote you a song that was foreplay. So since I wrote all the time I spent writing a song and composing it and practicing it and getting it ready, that's like 32 hours of foreplay.
Right.
I've already
right.
put 3 or 4 days into this song, so you should be raring to go right
You're
now.
ready? Yeah. Let's get you tied up and get this rape fantasy
Right,
worked
so
out.
let's get it cracking. I mean, what are you waiting for? I'm
Let's
ready.
go.
I'm ready.
I don't know how to hog tie people.
Apparently this girl doesn't.
Well, who knows? Most women do like having rape fantasies.
Okay. Do you think she does?
I don't know, but
Apparently she don't.
Gotta find out.
well,
So what do you want us to do?
well, I just want you to get his name on file just in case he does do anything
Do
to
you
me.
know his name?
All right, so just so we're clear, he wants to make
And he's
sure
a bitch.
the police have the girl he chased's father's name on file in case he
Right.
does anything to me. Okay?
Right.
So, yeah, that's where we're at right now.
I know his daughter's name.
What do you know his name?
I know her name. I don't know his name. He called me from a restricted phone number.
Okay. Here's my suggestion.
You said you heard the young cop. He said, "You got any idea on you?" He's ready to escalate the situation. He's like, "I want this guy on the ground with a knee on his neck in the next 20 seconds. I need a knee on his neck in the next 20 seconds."
But you saw how, and also too, you could tell he's the rookie too, because the other dude is like, he's got his poker face on. Like, let me just ask this goofy fuck some questions and not let him see how just taken aback I am by the shit that he's telling me. The other dude, if you notice, wasn't wanting to make eye contact.
He looks like he's looking at his pockets or something. Do I see the
Yes,
shape
he
of
is
a gun?
uncomfortable.
I think I see the shape of a gun in his waistband. I'm gonna tackle this motherfucker, bro.
We just tased this fucking creepy dude. Yeah, he's got no patience.
Nah, yeah, he's ready to get busy. You got any, when the cop asks you for ID, he's visualizing tackling you in his
Yeah,
in his
most
head.
Definitely. He's getting ready for the
In his
for the
mind's
maneuver.
eye, he's already tackled you 10 times.
The minute the ID comes back dark, it's a wrap. He's already thought of the process how he's pulling you out the car.
It's like if you're a woman at a bar, you're in a low cut top, and a guy walks over to you and says, "Hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink?" He's already visualized having sex with you 15 times in his head.
Yes.
That's what gave him enough strength to come over there. If a cop asks you if you have ID, he's visualized tackling and tasing you already. It's like,
tasing you, tackling you.
He's murdered you 47
Food in
times.
the face.
Right, different ways, and then he's visualizing like I shot him 10 times, then I opened his trunk and there was a child in handcuffs. So like, I was perfectly justified.
He's played it out with different moods.
Yeah.
Like in one, everybody starts clapping and cheering.
Right.
The other one, he starts crying and feeling bad that he took a life, and it's real somber. Like he's played out every which way.
Yeah, that could be an entire movie. 2 hours of the cop going through different scenarios of how to kill this guy, and the way the movie ends is the cop just snaps out of it. It goes, "You got any ID on you?" I'm like, that's foreplay for cops, bro. It's about to get serious. Shit's about to get intimate when they ask you for ID.
It's about to get real out here.
Phone number.
Dude, I got to see if you got any ID.
Here's my suggestion.
Oh, I want to hear that one more time.
Here's my suggestion.
You got any ID? He's like, "Fuck all that. Let's tackle him."
Well, this is one song I made, and this was the final chance I was gonna have.
Here's my chance. Here's my advice. It's over.
Okay.
Fathers will hurt you over their daughters.
Yeah, but that's the thing is she needs to have her own free will, man. You don't understand. I'm a man myself, bro, and I have needs myself.
Bro, let me just tell you.
Yo, I can't, dude.
How dangerous that language is. First, he said she needs to have her own free will. But what about when she ran away from you? Was that her exercising her free will? No, that was her initiating a rape fantasy. Because I want to go after her. But her father trying to protect her from me, he's being super controlling. She needs to have her own free will. And why does she need to have her own free will? Because I'm a man and I have needs too. So this is a perfectly viable woman who ain't doing nothing with herself. She just out here working at Cracker Barrel, and I have needs. So
I want to create a DVD. I want to create a relationship advice DVD by
Your
duty,
needs.
by duty, made for these doobies. And I just feel like if you have enough money to buy my tape, I could teach you the ways.
He learned this from somebody. He probably already bought a seminar.
Dude,
He's pickup artist. All that. He's bought some materials before, for sure.
He's getting the wrong materials. He needs the real deal.
Dude, your whole DVD will be like doing John Madden. You're gonna be going through this video, writing X's and O's and pointing arrows.
Yeah. And
See,
then at the
this
end
is
of it
the
all,
point where he said that he chased the woman for blocks. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Once they decide they've made a run, don't continue to chase. Like, you can make the video and seminar just based on critiquing this dude and what not to do. Yeah. He literally did everything. So we've gone to rape fantasy, immediately followed up with what about my needs? Like, it's bad. Like, it's almost like if someone came up and just very jokingly is like, look, if the police were ever questioning you as a potential stalker or rapist, what are the kinds of things you would never want to say to the cop? Don't talk about BDSM, rape fantasies. And he's kind of given the impression that, hey, look, she has her own free will to play hard to get and to carry out this rape fantasy. he's already made the decision for himself that she's into it. Like,
He's
where do we
positive.
go? Like, it's
He's
a
positive.
rape fantasy. And look,
BDSM, rape fantasy. Her dad's protecting her from me, which is bad because I have needs. It's just getting closer and closer to just hit her on the head with your club and drop her off on my porch like an Amazon package. I want this one. This one belongs to me. That's kind of just where he's going. But I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Using her free will by telling her daddy what happened to you, and I'm telling you, stay away from her because he will hurt you probably.
She's being controlled by him.
That's fine. That's her choice, right? Free
Well,
choice, free will.
I think she should go do porn.
Okay, you need to leave.
It's legal.
You need to leave.
Well,
We're not doing anything. You need to leave.
I'm having a discussion on.
I'm having a discussion telling you to leave.
Are you threatening me with
I'm
arrest?
not threatening you. I'm telling you to leave.
This
We're
is a
done.
public property.
We're done. Well, you can stay if you want.
If you do that on public property, I'll leave under.
You're free to do whatever you want to right here, but we're
This
not
is
doing
white arrogance right here, by the way.
Now he's
Arguing with
watching.
police.
He's
Arguing with
watching.
police.
He's watching First Amendment audit videos because I watch a bunch of those too, and they show you how terrible humans are.
Not me.
But I watch First Amendment audit videos, and the language that he's using when you're in it's legal for you to be in a public place and record. So for cops,
But that only works if you're a purebred white man.
No, it can work
Purebred.
it can work if you're black. It can definitely work if you're black, but the stakes are
It
high.
didn't work out for the level 10 dread.
Well, he was doing more than just recording in a public place.
What?
He was running people
Right,
over.
he was
with his
running
fucking
children
car.
over first, and then can I record after
Yeah,
this?
it's a little
Officer,
different.
I'm in a public place.
A little different. So when they're in public places and the cop tries to kick you out just because he's pissed or whatever, that's not a lawful order. So what they say is, are you threatening me with arrest? Like, I'll leave if it's under threat of arrest, because if you're forced to do something under threat of an unlawful arrest, you can have a lawsuit. Because they can't give unlawful orders, but if they do give one and you say, well, you're going to lock me up if I don't leave, they say, yeah, you walk away, you got it recorded, and you were threatened with kidnapping by a public servant. And, it might not go nowhere. Maybe the cop will just get reprimanded, but you can take legal recourse if they just tell you to leave or try to trespass you from a public place and you haven't actually committed a crime. So the language that he's using is directly from First Amendment audit videos. When you say, am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Am I being detained? Like that whole line of, sovereign citizen speak. Like I said, you can definitely get away with it if you're black, but the stakes are higher. These guys will get arrested. They get arrested and they get lawsuits and they successfully get cops fired. They follow up videos. They get money and all that kind of shit. If you black, they might just kill your ass. Possibly. You never know. So maybe you get a lawsuit, maybe you don't make it to the police station.
You would have to pray the bullet hits your shoulder.
Nah, if you're
they're
black,
shooting
you can't.
47 shots. We know. No.
But look, this is the fail safe. Is what you can't just stream it. You can't just go and record it on your phone because
gotta
they
be
may
live.
confiscate it as evidence and destroy it. Yep, you need to get on Plenty of Blackfish, stream that shit live so that there's witnesses.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it if you're black. That's the only way to get away with it. But that's the language that he's using right now.
anything else. I'm just giving you advice. The girl doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, but there's something's twisted about that.
There's something twisted about the way you think.
I was going to let her make her own choice after the song.
Well, she's made her choice.
And I just don't think she had a reasonable opportunity to make a choice, because I'm going to blow up and I'm going to be a famous DJ and I'm going to be
How old is she?
2 years older than me. 27.
How much?
27?
She's old enough to make her own mind. I'll speak with her. Is she working today?
I think so.
Do you have her phone number?
I believe so. But I can't stop recording the video.
Well, that's okay. I'll go buy her job. She works at Cracker Bar, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll speak with her and then I'll get back with you, okay?
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right, there we go. No
Thank you
problem.
guys.
So yeah, so that was the real meat of the interaction. I thought that shit was absolutely hilarious and dangerous. This is a scary motherfucker, and I don't know what else he's into. From what I've heard, he has a whole bunch of red pill wild shit on social media. He makes music too, and I don't really want to listen to his music at all. But he got some behind the scenes footage for you here.
Is this in Georgia? Where is this?
It said, hold on, let me see. This said Loudoun County. Where's Loudoun County, bro?
Someplace for somebody like him to be.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, he looks, I mean, this is the guy, bro. I don't know what did he got arrested? Oh, he was making threats of violence
He's about to be a famous DJ, B.
Yeah. I got kicked out of a Plenty of Blackfish room.
Oh man.
She was a
For
36.
what?
She was a 36-year-old with a face tattoo, saying she's gonna be the greatest producer ever, and she's going to producer school. All I said was the Goof Troop movie is underrated, so I don't know.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
That's fucked up.
I don't know.
So let me see what your boy got to say here. Look at first.
Yeah,
of all,
let's hear his
happens
side.
When women don't ever, come to terms with themselves, bad shit happens.
You know what happens when women don't ever come to terms with
Oh
themselves?
my God!
The bad shit happens. What does he mean by that? Okay, let's.
I don't know. Something the cops want to deny me trying to get her to be straight.
The cops want to deny me trying to get her to be straight. So he's already established that this girl is like a lesbian or something. And not only did he bypass all of that to write her a song and pursue her for a few blocks and suggest that she should do BDSM and possibly porn, but they're trying to stop him from helping her be straight.
To give her that opportunity. Don't you want to do porn with me?
And be straight.
Something is wrong about that.
You need a dick in
I
your
don't
life.
see why these traditional ass motherfuckers think they can speak shit whenever it's this woke, belligerent LGBT shit that has her right now. And her father is controlling the bullshit. I just don't see it. I'm older than her fucking father. That's how I feel right now. I've lived this life. I've been the greatest. I've been down and I've been about. I don't know where this is going, but
Gosh. This is a scary dude, bro.
fucking snakes, man. She was
Just
gonna
find
lure
a
me in a trap
prostitute, have sex.
whenever I was gonna go.
Nah,
It'll
dude.
be okay,
you know,
man.
play a
This
song
is
for
some
her.
narcissism shit, dude.
Gonna be
Just how it
okay.
is.
He's the hero, bro.
But shout out to all my bros,
Go save a
know
prostitute.
Shout out to all my bros,
my dudes.
my dudes.
You know, I'm really getting depressed recently, you guys. I feel like
Stop
he's
watching
not,
porn.
He's not well, man.
there's not faith in me.
He said,
Like, okay,
yeah.
this isn't Kanye West.
No.
This is someone who's truly not well, and why you shouldn't run around trying to cast that light on people indiscriminately, because then there's some shit like this where the meaning has been taken out of it. Like, this dude is really living an alternate reality where everything is as he's envisioned it. And anybody that's in opposition to that, no, but she doesn't want you. That's why. Well, that's because she's not able to make a decision. Her fleeing from you on site, that was her decision. No, like there's no reasoning with him. He's already crafted this reality, and everything after that is just him. Like, I don't know. Is he trying to convince himself? Like, I don't know, man.
That's
like,
exactly
he
what
seems
it is.
completely detached.
That's exactly what it is. Everything that he's saying is to convince himself. He's gone, man. He's gone.
Yeah, he's
gone.
he's been arrested recently. I don't know how far it's gonna go, or what if he actually did anything, but he's definitely somebody that they should be keeping an eye on. I have no problem with Patriot Act in this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's somebody who needs the Patriot Act.
Yeah, Patriot
Rely
Act
on
him.
people like that.
Make sure his phone is lit up like at all times. Put a GPS on it. I want all his
transactions.
Google activity.
Yeah.
All his what websites is he going to? We need to know what that guy's doing. I mean, not all of us, but there should definitely be
Just the people who are assigned for that task.
Yeah. You might have to tackle him and tase him at one point because
You know what I mean?
he might be up to something. He sounds like a dangerous dude. But then again, some of these guys are harmless until they're not. But a lot of these guys, you would say they're harmless, but you would have said Elliot Rodger was harmless too. And that motherfucker went out and killed a bunch of women, just mass shooter pro, because he thought he was so hot. He couldn't understand why women weren't trying to bang him in droves. So he's like, well, I'll just kill a couple of them. They don't understand how awesome I am.
The vaginas, there's a plethora of vagina and it's just I don't understand how like
No, but they want it all though. It's very without the violence, but it's
I don't
very
know, man.
similar. It's very similar to. I mean, this is just how people are, right? So you can say, there's a friend of mine and his girlfriend. We were having a conversation about people and social circles and who was attracted to who. And she's a bigger girl, and she said that the fat chick. Well, why doesn't the fat chick have a chance to date like the popular guy, football team captain and kind of shit like that? And I was just like, why is that the guy you want though? Like why is your eyesight on him? Because she'll be idolizing the cool guy at school while some nerd boy is idolizing her. Just like there'll be some nerd boy idolizing the cheerleader while there's some other nerd chick who's like, why doesn't he notice me? People just want what they want. People just want what they want. And these guys, these incel guys, they want it all. And that's their problem. They're not looking for some average, regular, around the way girl that lives at the other end of the cul-de-sac that you could spend some time with. No, they're looking for, some Victoria's Secret Playboy model who's gonna do back bends and backflips and shit. Like, they're overwhelmed by how much porn and social media shit that they're absorbing. So they don't even see regular women. They're looking at the top percentile of women and like, these are the ones who should be crawling to me because I'm so awesome. She should want me. But she only wants these jerks. They call them Chads. The guys who are traditionally attractive, in good shape, have money, they call them Chads. So she Chads and Tyrones.
Chad Kings.
Chads.
Tyrones are traditionally attractive, but they're more sexualized. They don't have the money, the resources. They're not going to be good baby fathers or husbands, and they're going to fucking destroy you. But they're also going to stretch your guts out. So that's like, so the Chad is the full package, but the Tyrone is just the carnal jungle fever side of it, which is interesting, very interesting.
Mommy, how did Daddy, how did you and Mommy meet? Well, son, Daddy was trying to gauge how much Mommy would be in for a rape fantasy,
Right.
and so he chased her for several blocks.
Only a couple.
She fled from Cracker Barrel when Daddy tried to sing her a song, and then her mean your grandpa got involved, said he was going to kill me, that I shouldn't, and he wouldn't let her make a choice whether she wanted to do BDSM porn or not with Daddy. And Daddy was very upset about that, and he thought, girls who aren't allowed to live up to their potential, bad things happen to them. You understand, right? Right, Timmy?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know in his mind, like, where, let's say he does get to the end game here, right? And at some point she's making cream of mushroom soup in her pan and she has to have it. They end up getting together. It's like, I was really persistent. I chased her. I basically chased her and pursued a rape fantasy. And that's
I blame
how
white
me and
supremacy.
Mommy-
Well, let's say I like to say she
I
initiated
blame
a
white
rape
supremacy.
fantasy and not necessarily I pursued it, because at the
Oh,
time
yeah,
I
that's-
pursued
I guess
it,
it's better.
it had already been initiated by the running. So I was just agreeing to play the game that had already began being played.
This all
Right.
stems from us as kids watching the caveman beat the woman with a club, grab her by the hair, and now that's his wife. This is just the evolution of this.
Yeah, because that's the consciousness of that. That's the multi-dimensional consciousness of the divine feminine on the planet, is that she's adaptable, right? So she can find a guy she loves, she can fall in love with him, get married, all that shit, or she can get knocked on the head with a club and drag home, and then she'll still find a way to make the best out of that. She'll cook the meals, but it's sort of like the slavery was a choice kind of thing. She chooses not to slit your throat in your sleep every night because it's just a better option than whatever else was happening in the world at the time. What else you gonna do? You gonna kill the guy that raped you, the ones who's gonna protect you from other guys raping you? Yeah, just at least stay with that one. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be fine. At least you'll be protected from all the rest of them.
The rapist you know is better than the rapist you don't know, is what you're saying.
Facts, absolutely.
That's what they were saying with the Vikings. We're just
And if you're patient enough, you can really get them to like you too. That was something, I don't know why, but when I watched Game of Thrones, the original Game of Thrones series, it bothered me a little bit. It was weird. So it was already a lot of weird sex happening, especially the rape shit. It's like that's always weird, but you can get through it. But when there was a time when the Daenerys was sold to the horse guys,
the Dothraki.
the Dothraki. She's sold to the Dothraki. Khal Drogo, right? He's her new husband, and he takes her in a tent, and he does his business, bro. Like like a desert wandering horse jockey
Whoremonger
would do. He's like, yo, turn around. I'm gonna plow you out, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. And that happened a few times. And then there was one scene where he came in, and he's like grunting. He's like, turn around, give me the thing. And and she flipped it on him. She made him lay back. She got on top of him. She like eased into it. And next thing you know, he's like, oh shit, this is kind of nice. So now she's not just the bitch that was sold to me. Now it's like, oh, I kind of like her now. So she ended up ranking up because she was able to evolve her relationship between what was essentially her rapist. She made him like it, and then he chilled out. Next thing you know, he's probably rubbing her feet and giving her massages and shit. That was his lady after that. So and
sound like good advice.
And for some reason, I saw that scene. I was like, I don't like how. I understand it has probably been a reality to the psyche of the feminine since they've been on this planet. They've probably had to do that kind of math. Do I just stay with this drunken, abusive motherfucker who treats me like shit, or do I go back out in the world and roll the dice and try to find somebody better? Or who knows? There's a lot of layers in there, but it just bothered me to see that depicted that way, and that it turned out to be like this trump card for her. I was like, I don't know if we should be creating media that shows women like, look, if you cozy up, if you decide to ride your rapist, then maybe he'll be nice to you after. Don't just let him keep taking you from behind. You ride him next time. It's like
I've heard that same.
It feels a little weird.
Some
bro.
women's lives when they like moaning.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Said that they like it.
Yeah, it ruins it for the guy. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some weird shit.
Strange
man.
culture. Strange culture.
Humans, bro. Humans are fucking crazy, bro. They're crazy. They're out of their fucking minds at every aspect, at every turn. Dude, I saw. It's just. It's always nutty. Always, no matter how you.
And now we got cameras.
Yeah, to show everything, everybody. Dude, I saw a reality show thing the other day, like a trailer for a reality show, and all it was women standing in some kind of auditorium beating each other up. There was no content. I don't know what it was about. I don't know how they chose the girls. I don't know what the prize is if you win the show. I don't know what it like. Are y'all athletes? Is it a hair competition? Are you trying to see who got the most baby daddies? I don't know what it was about. All it was they was just beating each other up.
Bad Girls Club. Bad Girls Club is a poison. It destroyed Mexico. It destroyed the Dominican Republic.
Damn, it destroyed Mexico?
Destroyed every vacationing outing you could think of.
Oh, right.
Bad Girls Club.
Not
Currently,
the
there's a
cartels?
situation. No, Bad Girls Club. Bad Girls Club.
Damn, bro.
There's a murder now.
What is Bad Girls Club?
Oh.
Don?
Bad Girls Club is a TV show where, again, I'm not positive what the overall criteria is to be on the show, other than you're willing to fight. Because there's not really a game happening. They don't do like challenges.
Get that third one.
They don't do challenges. They don't do any type of whoever. Shout out to whoever channel this is. This is 522,000 subscribers and 2 million views on Bad Girls Club Funniest Fights. But I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the hustle is. They just all live in a house together, and they hang out. World. They drink. They get dressed up to the nines to stay home and beat the shit out of each other.
Yep.
They have conversations, and somebody says something to somebody else, and they go, well, fuck you, and then they get tackled, and then security comes out, and then they do a confessional. Yeah, I told that bitch I didn't want to, fuck. It's just, it's a fight show. Like, I think that's all they do is fight. You see, they're not going anywhere. This bitch got a pot of grits or something.
So I'm saying, even in the real world, they have to get jobs. This is just...
Yeah, they don't do anything.
Pretty girls fighting each other.
Yeah, they just be yelling and cussing. I can't even imagine the words coming out of these bitches' mouths.
No bad girls!
This is a perfect example why men continue to call women bitches.
Bad Girls Club. So that's pretty much it. There are a bunch of chicks who have short tempers and are willing to get it cracking physically. So they just put them all in the house and give them alcohol and wait for shit to get cracking.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a bunch of attractive bitches with no direction or career prospects who basically are used to getting things for free, and they say, hey, you don't have to do shit. There's no physical challenges. You don't have to figure out a business. Just because you're a pretty bitch who's used to getting whatever she wants and you're high maintenance, like come here and just live in this house and we're going to get a whole bunch of you. So it's basically like the real world cockfighting bad bitches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, let's put them in a pen.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's like putting 10 cats in a cage and shaking that shit up. 10 drunk cats in the kennel.
Oh shit!
And shaking it up. Put a little electric
and
flooring
spraying
in
them
there.
all with water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Electric flooring with a trickle charge where the floor shocks them like randomly every 5 minutes or something like that. Just in case they start settling down and getting lazy, you shock the floor and then they all just start jumping around and fighting again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of any. They just always mad, no matter what. They're mad and they drinking and they beating the shit
I
out of
never
each other.
understand like how there's different seasons. Like what happened? What was the goal? What happened?
They whooped each other's ass. They beat each other's ass
10?
for 3 months.
Who won? Who won what? What was the like Flavor of Flav had an end goal.
Yeah, it was the end game.
Flavor of Flav had an end goal.
Right? They have no discernible. They have no discernible purpose. They've taken away all the pretense of why we're creating this situation. They're just like, nope, fuck it. We're having them together.
Look at this.
Like they're
Bad
getting
Girls
drunk.
Club
Like
season 17 fights. Just season 17.
Just drinking. Look at this. Non-stop.
Right.
Non-stop. If this was a man,
Look at him.
and
And
they'd
they're
be
all
called an
just,
alcoholic and a woman abuser. Right?
They're all mean as fuck too.
But
You see the
this
faces
is
they're
just
making.
Bad Girls.
How they talk. Hold on, let me hear.
That was hella funny.
Stop playing with me, girl. Now
That
you
was
really
hella
pushing
funny.
it. You pushing it. So what's
What am I
up?
pushing?
So what's up?
Damn.
Come at me like that.
How am I coming at you?
trying to stay
I asked you. I'm trying to stay calm. You. I'm trying to stay calm. You need to back up. You need to back up. You need to.
Bro, and then it's just popping.
Ooh.
It's just on and popping. Oh yeah,
Sorry,
get-
you
get-
lost.
they got a
He
security.
lost.
yeah.
That's a part of the crib.
Yes. Yes.
Because this happens
It's
4
it's
times
on
an episode.
site. They're not like they're in a different house. No, they're right next to the cameraman. Right next to the
I
camera.
don't know, bro. I don't get it. And here we go again.
Why are you trying to get so?
Look, no, wait. They arguing about the other 2 bitches that was just fighting, and then they about to fight.
This might be the most ignorant shit I've ever seen.
Yes,
to have
and
this
these are the
little
women
vibe.
incels are complaining about.
Right, exactly. These are the women that they set their
incels.
sights on. And they're
Dude.
like, why won't she stop chasing Chad
Oh
and
my
Tyrone
God.
to come
Jacob.
make me sandwiches?
Jacob, let that bitch run.
Let
Stop
her go.
chasing
You
that
see
bitch
what
for
she's
blocks.
doing in her life?
Let her go to the bad
don't
girl's
wanna
house and get
say-
drunk and fight other bitches.
Bro,
You don't
they,
wanna
they
be-
want these women, but they want them in Stepford wife roles.
Form, yeah.
They don't want just a regular librarian chick who's at home bundled up on the couch watching the 5th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They don't want her. They want this bitch who's out here doing shots and punching other women in the back of the head. But they want her to come home and make the sandwiches. But it's the same thing on the other end, because the women don't want the guy who is naturally nice and chill. They want the biker with face tattoos who's beat all of his last 5 girlfriends to change for her. You want him to give you the roses. Because a guy who would just buy roses, he's a pussy. But if you're a mass murderer and you've beat all your last girlfriends and you got felonies and you're on the run from the law, if he buys you flowers, then it really matters. Then it really matters. Same thing with these dudes. But if she's has everything that it takes to be a whore, but she's not a whore just for me, that's when it's special. Fucking Bad Girls Club, bro. This is who they want. This is who the incels want to just stop chasing Chad and Tyrone and come home with Jacob Yerkes and listen to him sing you songs that he made you. They ain't doing nothing, bro. Look, she clapping while she talking. You know what that mean. You know if she clapping while she talking, it's a wrap.
Oh, by the way, women, chest tattoos, don't trust you.
Yeah,
I
dude, I'm
blame
ready.
Eve. I blame Eve.
Don't
She
trust
started all this shit.
I don't trust you.
I'm ready to dive down this rabbit hole. This is fucking
Do we
great.
start from season 1 and just
The
watch it devolve over the years?
but the fact
when
that they're
did it evolve?
interviewing them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm assuming that it wasn't always as terrible as it is now.
Side note: the most calmest person is the one with the man in the bed. By the way,
Yeah,
she had
Rooster
she
in the
had
house.
she
Yeah,
had the right
exactly.
attention.
The rooster in the hen house. My chickens used to peck each other's heads off. They used to fight all the time. Chickens are some of the meanest animals I've ever seen in my life. I remember one time we had our flock, and I got 2 new birds. The neighbor's dog killed 2 of my chickens, so I had him buy me 2 new chickens. So we get these 2 new birds, and we're just going to introduce them to the flock. They got space. They got all kinds. And I thought, they'd run around. They'd bother each other for a little bit. Bro, I put the 2 chickens in the chicken run, and all the chickens immediately just bum rushed them, surrounded them, and stood on their backs. Just
Wow.
stood on their backs. And
Fucking asshole.
grabbed the back of the feathers on the back of the head with their beak and was just like, "Bitch, do you know who's in charge here?" I was like, "Holy fuck!" I'd never seen anything so aggressive in my life. Like, dogs would just start fight, but to see a group of chickens just swarm something and stand on it just to establish dominance, I was like, "Holy shit!" But then once I got a rooster, everything went away. No more chicken fights. No more ripping each other apart. It's just now you got a rooster. Everybody's fine. Rooster in the hen house. It's real shit. Brianna versus Francesca. That's probably a big fight. Look at this one.
And this is, and the show, they provide them with this. Hey, we're gonna ride you
Yes.
animals and take you to
Yes.
clubs and
Yeah.
just get you drunk.
Yes.
Or just drive
Like
you around the block while you drink and then take you back home. You can't.
It's
You
just a
can't let these
non-stop
bitches
party.
are liabilities. They can't be in no club.
non-stop.
They can't take them to a public
Non-stop.
place. They're fucking
Dude,
liability.
this is a fucking great. I just love that it's a reality show where it's the real world, but they stripped away any pretense of not gearing it towards the conflict. It's like, no, let's get the most volatile, catty bitches and let's get them boozed up. Like, let's really make it nothing but chances for conflict.
Bad
Why?
girls, baby.
The girl she just started a fight a second ago, and now she's crying, and now they're gonna make these 2 fight because the one who was fighting earlier is crying. So now 2 different ones have to fight because you made her cry.
Is that Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Looks like it.
It looks
Could
like
be.
this is how she got.
Hey, she
Yeah,
does
get
kind
that
of
bitch,
give me
bro.
Marjorie Taylor Greene vibes.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's
it?
so not
Yes.
dangerous. Beat her ass, Rachel. Beat that ass, Rachel.
Beat that ass, Rachel.
Beat that ass, Rachel.
Call out your
Yo,
cul-de-sac.
you guys want to go down a rabbit hole? Put Vibes Cartel a reality show.
Oh no, that's oh god. Yeah, but this
What's
is
Vibes Cartel?
it's
you gotta do
a
it.
psychotic reggae artist. He's a psycho, bro.
another bad girls club called
wasn't he
Raw.
in jail for murder?
He's still in
He's
jail.
okay, so he's still in jail for murder. And he has a reality show?
He had a reality show right before he got it. Right before he got in
okay,
trouble for the
okay.
murder thing, he had a whole reality. I think that's what got him to go to jail.
They were
'Cause he
like,
put
I'm
that
sick of this shit, bro.
He put that shit like
Let's-
in the good neighborhood. So you know uppity ass niggas be like, no,
Is it
lock
me?
this man up.
Is security sandbagging, or are they having a hard time dragging around a 110-pound woman?
No, they're sandbagging.
Maybe
They're
her.
flopping her.
She's kind of hefty. They might have trouble with her. But
Her,
the
they're
other one
gonna have
was
trouble
mad
with.
light, bro.
Hefty black woman, you need 2 men.
Nah,
need
you
2
don't.
men.
Actually, yeah. Just if it's the problem is if it's a hefty black woman, the problem is you can't still try to treat her like some dainty little. You gotta.
Yeah, she's definitely
you gotta,
definitely not a white woman.
No, you gotta spear tackle her like Goldberg.
Yeah.
Put it down to the mat. Like just
You
get
gotta
it over with, bro.
Grab her hands first.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be the mistake number
No,
one.
you spear
You
her.
don't hold her hands.
Spear her, tackle her to the ground, and then transition to a rear naked choke and put her
Yes.
out. And then just don't play, bro, because she'll fuck you up.
She'll fuck you up.
She'll fuck you up.
You're like, oh, it's a woman.
Yeah, you thinking you got a lady. You like, cause if it's just some dainty little white chick, you could pick her up and drag her out. She'll be
This every
flailing.
day.
She'll be flailing around, but she's not much of a threat. This woman
All right.
right here, she'll fuck you up, bro.
Okay.
Don't play. Don't play yourself.
That's
Don't play yourself.
that's a steel shoulder right there.
Yeah, she'll put you down. This shit is TV, bro. 17th season.
And you're mad you didn't think of this bizarre.
It's her again, the same one with the sparkles. How
And
you
this is
wearing
what I love.
sparkles and sequins and fighting?
I forgot what you call these, like the wrap ups or whatever. But
The
this is what I
reunion
don't
show.
understand. Reunion shows, right? So they've been fighting the whole time.
Right. But they come on
So
a reunion
now,
show.
So now we come at the reunion show for what? Like
Somebody had a
nothing's.
death grip on that bitch's head. You see how
Oh
hard
my
they had
God.
to work to unlock her head from somebody's grip? I don't know who had her like that, but that was some
Yeah.
luchador, some lucha
Listen,
libre
look
shit
at that.
going on.
The black girl had to go in there and help because she
Look
knows.
at the zoom in on the panties, like, hey, check it out. This is what you came for.
Yep.
Look, they like, please let this bitch go. You're killing her. They're still bleeping the curses.
I just appreciate the multicultural aspect of it. That I can
By
appreciate.
multicultural,
I appreciate that.
by multicultural, you mean they're showing white women do as an anomaly what brown and black women do all the
Correct.
time? Okay,
Correct.
gotcha. I was just making sure.
Correct.
Because there's no shortage of this shit on World Star Hip Hop. The
No,
anomaly
not at
is
all.
like, look, we found Heidi. Heidi can fight too. Rachel can fight. Rachel's down to fight. That's the anomaly. Because all the rest of this shit ain't surprising nobody. You get these two women in the house and they beat the shit out of each other 3 times a day. Nobody's surprised. You add Kylie Jenner to the mix and it's like, oh, we got a reality show now, guys.
Boom.
Boom. It's a hit. Instant hit.
That's it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. This is society right now. I ain't mad at them because you know why? Because jobs have been created.
Yeah.
That's why. Jobs have been created. And I found something. I'm gonna show this real quick. But I found this thing, and I always talk about this, how if you try to start solving issues in the world, you try to start solving problems, what you're going to do is end up running into a lot of resistance by the people who you are removing from the equation that profits from the problem. And a simple one we talk about a lot is like lawn care. You know, what if you successfully transition the American population to stop having lawns because they're unsustainable? It takes up all these extra resources. You can grow micro clover. It'll be good for the environment. It'll attract bees and butterflies. Like, oh, it's just so many benefits versus grass. There would be a large contingent of people, and they wouldn't be lying. They'd be correct. They'd be like, well, what about this entire industry that's built on lawn care? What about John Deere and all the tractors and all the extra fuel that people buy? All the lawn fertilizers. Scott's is selling hundreds of $millions worth of fertilizer every year. So Scott's supposed to just go out of business because you want people to grow micro clover? What about the 5th generation lawn guy who spent his whole life collecting tools and tractors to cut people's grass, and he's got 32 accounts in the neighborhood, and he's putting his kids through college with fucking grass cutting money? Like, so you just gonna say fuck his life, right? He don't matter no more because you want people to grow micro clover. And that's the reality of the simulation. It's so perfectly absurd that problems happen when you try to solve problems. But I found this video, and me always talking about how the process in this country especially, I don't know about other countries, but I think it might just be a human thing. The process seems to be you solve a problem that creates 5 other problems, and then you build industry around the people who have to solve those 5 problems that you created by trying to solve the one. So this video is about what it's like being in the military after 10 years. So y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is humanity solving their problems. So How many jobs were created in between that screw coming out and the next screw going in?
So many.
Now, how do you tell people that that system is unsustainable? What do you tell the 3 guys who got jobs in between that screw coming out and that screw going in that that's obsolete, we don't need to do this, and fuck your life? You can't. You can't, because once you start doing this kind of shit, what's the path to, how do you get away from that? You've built sustainability and economics into the cascading problem creation. So that it's like private prisons who incentivize, they make money off the prison being filled up. So they have an incentive to make sure the prison stays filled up. Now, this is a prison now who profits from having prisoners. The last thing they want is for the crime rate to go down. We can't have the crime rate go down if our business is private prison. I'm a billionaire because of prison. What if the crime rate goes down? What do? Criminalize more activity. I can't just have an empty prison. That's just stupid.
Or get bath salts out there. Get people to start trying bath salts.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just do that, because I'm not just going to throw it all away. But yeah, I thought that was pretty amazing. I thought that was awesome. But you know what? Before we move on, actually to something that I think is extremely important, I personally would like to know a little bit more about this grand invention called the Holocoaster. And
I am so glad you asked.
Ever since I first heard about it, I've been extremely excited to learn. I'm already on board, but I just like to hear some details.
Yeah, man, I got my spliff. Let's go.
All right. So I got a great idea, gentlemen. A great idea. So there's been all this controversy, surrounding Kanye, Kyrie, European Jews, the ADL, a lot of conflict, a lot of discord, a lot of disharmony, not a lot of growth, not a lot of reconciliation, not a lot of tolerance for other people's opinions. And because I do believe that at some point Kanye is going to get us a couple $1 billion in financing for the compound, I believe in the vision. He can make it happen. And it needs to happen. And so I want to help him reconcile with maybe a couple people that may be able to, help him financially. Let's just take the money and run. Stop pissing people off. But we need to bridge the divide. And so I think he fucked up when he said he's not going to go to the Holocaust Museum. Even if they're not going to go with you to Planned Parenthood, go to the Holocaust Museum. Go to the Holocaust Museum and at least invite them. Say, listen, come on over. Come to Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust. Put that out there on the table. And if they choose not to go, even though you went to their Holocaust Museum, I think that says a lot about them. And I think that helps your position overall. But don't just say you're not going to go. Don't hold it hostage. Be willing to grow. Because I think everybody should have to learn about the Holocaust. I think if you're unwilling to learn about the Holocaust, people should kick in your door and drag you out. And they should take you at gunpoint and force you to go and let the people should be round up and put into camps and forced to learn about the Holocaust. You cannot resist it. But that's just my belief, okay? But for other people, that may be too much. So the next thing we have to ask ourselves is, well, how are we going to make the Holocaust a horrible, tragic subject, a period of time that was miserable for the people that lived through it? Who wants to go back and just revisit all of that trauma and misery? It's a fucking drag. Well, not anymore. Because Kyrie Irving and the NBA have partnered together for a joint venture to bring a Six Flags Brooklyn. So they're going to tear down all the shitty neighborhoods in Brooklyn and turn it over to a theme park. Immediately, the crime rate evaporates overnight because there's not enough places where crime was rampant. They're inaccessible. It has to get dispersed to the other boroughs. And it's creating a job. There's going to be a huge swath of the population that doesn't have a place to live. But listen, they can become Connecticut and New Jersey's problems. That's fine. They can go and ruin Queens and Long Island. There's other places to go. It's all going to work out. But we turn a great big swath of Brooklyn into Six Flags Brooklyn. Now it's a theme park. It's generating revenue. And you know what? It's got a main attraction, one part Holocaust museum, one part roller coaster. The Holocoaster. Eh? Eh?
You got me.
Listen.
He had me
set it
at
up.
Holocaust.
Listen. Listen. Do you know how they got it? Like, Busch Gardens and Six Flags. Sometimes we'll call it, it's the Montu or the Mamba or the fucking Kamehameha or whatever. And then the carts dressed up like an ancient cave beast or some shit, or some ancient god or a falcon or some shit. They decorate it. Dude, it's boxcars. That's the theme. It's like you're getting on the railroad track, like they're shipping us off to Auschwitz. We get crammed in the boxcar. That's the theme. As you're walking through it, it's like you're in a crematorium. You know how they give you that line that you're waiting in?
Oh yeah.
Right? So you're getting to see what they saw. You're getting the whole experience while you're waiting in line. And a part of Kanye's public image refashioning, his face pops on the screen and he gives the public service announcement to where he's kind of the tour guide, giving out facts and details about each phase of the facility that you're going through, with little Holocaust trivia to educate you about how it happened. Think about how much more he ingratiates himself into the ADL type community if he lends his face and his voice to something like that. And you can't be upset because you're mad no one will go to the Holocaust museum. Look, even Epcot had to eventually put in a fucking roller coaster. You can only make this shit about learning so much before nobody gives a fuck. But if you really want to appeal to the masses, turn that shit into a ride. You could cram 6 million fucking thrills into a 60-second tour de force. It's
6 million
edutainment.
thrills.
It's edutainment. And I think anybody that's against it is a Holocaust denier. Because why would you not want this mechanism of teaching available to the public? It's gonna literally, more people will ride the Holocoaster in the first week than people that have attended Holocaust museums in the history of Holocaust museums.
Gosh, you might be right. You might, because there's no real reason other than complicitous vibes. There's no real reason to go to a Holocaust museum. Nobody really would. Do you want to go there? Is this a place that you think, oh yeah, I can't wait to go to the Holocaust museum?
Unless if
the
I'm
Dali
dating
Museum,
like a Jew, then it's like, all right, we can go.
No, I definitely want to go to the
never,
Dali Museum. But even then, it's all right. We can go. Not like I can't wait to get there. There's no reason to go there.
But if you sell me on the idea of a roller coaster theme ride, you got me.
Listen, isn't it at some point, doesn't it kind of become creepy like it's your friend? Hey, you want to see a dead body? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see a dead body. You don't want to take turns jerking off on it? Because at some point, it's like, what are we looking at this for? What are we looking at this tragedy porn for? We all know it. There's nobody that you can talk to who's like, hey, what do you think of the Holocaust? And it's not, do you think it was bad? Yeah, it was bad. Like now you're just giving the details. Because most people are like, oh yeah, terrible things happened, people died. But do you know how? Do you know the details? Like, it kind of is like a heavy breathing dude with a hand in his pants. Like, do you know how many were thrown in the ovens? You know how horrible?
Yeah, you're just walking through and you see some guy standing in the corner with his hand in his pants. He's sweating, and he goes, fun fact. Like, no, let me stop you right there.
That's horrible.
Let me stop you right there. I don't need to hear it.
But you know what I'm saying? If you're just saying like, hey, we want to get into the details about this tragic event. Yeah, dude, we know. It's a fucking bummer. And if you just want to go to get the details on how people suffered and died, I kind of think you're a weirdo. I don't know what the benefit to that is. Like, do you want to know the details, the gruesome, gory details, the horrible details? Do you want to know? Well, come to this museum. Will there be a roller coaster? No. Fuck you.
It'll be a Holocaust.
If I could get these same facts from a roller coaster, and it's at least a theme and an experience, the Holocaust experience, rather than just kind of looking at pictures on some voyeurism type shit. Like if I watch two people fucking, that's porn, right? That's not the fuck museum. That's porn, right?
Or National if it's a museum, it might be National Geographic.
Listen, if you're just showing me people dying and going into details on how they're dying, this is just murder porn now. This is just murder porn, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching, I'm looking at pictures,
No,
you
it's
know,
bad.
of scantily
It's
clad,
bad.
malnutritioned people and kids in cages. Like, I'm looking at horrible shit. It's fucked up. But you turn that shit into some Willy Wonka type shit, and it's the Holocaust experience, the Holocoaster, and all of the things, the bells and whistles, the scenery. It's fitting.
10% goes to Israel.
Oh
Dude.
shit.
That's like the best way to give money to
Hold
Israel.
on, wait a minute. Hold on.
It's
That's
like the
kind of a
best
big
thing.
commitment. I don't know. Hold on.
That's right. Keep them numbers in check, son.
We're gonna start at a 1/4 percentage point for our commitments, because we gotta send some to Israel. We're gonna send some to the ADL. Don't worry, motherfucker. You'll wet your beak. Don't worry. You extorted Kyrie for $500K, but listen, I can get you more. Listen, you're gonna get to wet your beak. I
wanna
recognize
go to the
you running this.
Holocaust. You sold me.
Listen, you're gonna get your money. Just chill out, but I'll get you more. But compromise here. This is the long game. A theme park. Disney been selling tickets for fucking since the Holocaust. Shit, ain't Disneyland? Didn't he start in the 40s? He was like a Nazi supporter.
He was a Nazi supporter, most definitely.
Absolutely. And so look, he's created brands that have lived on as long as Nazism. Huh? We're still talking about the Holocaust, and we're still talking about Walt Disney. Why the fuck don't we have theme rides then? And if Disney doesn't want to jump on, listen, I mean, if Six Flags Brooklyn doesn't come to fruition, listen, Disney, make it happen. You got the Magic Kingdom.
It's the new Epcot.
Look, man, make whatever, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but make some shit in Brooklyn. Get the Black Hebrew Israelites their $500K, get the ADL their $500K, get the NOI $500K. Spread it out a 1/4 percentage point at a time. Fuck all that 10%. That's crazy talk, doobie. Crazy.
I'm
You
bad
never
with
started
numbers.
10.
I'm bad
But
with numbers.
listen-
But I got you.
but-
That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
Listen, we'll give some kickbacks, and like I said, we'll let the fucking outrage mafia, we'll let them wet their beak and get their cut. But let me have my Willy Wonka-esque vision and get this Holocoaster popping, dude.
The Holocaust.
Dude, and parts of it there's gonna be steam stacks, like it's gonna be all.
It's the food. It's the food. I wanna know what the food market's gonna be like. I'm already excited about this.
Damn, the kiosk in front of the Holocoaster.
Yes.
It's got to be oven roasted something.
Everything. Everything.
Listen, oh, dude, gingerbread. Isn't that some like German type shit?
Yep.
And you gotta bake people in the oven. Yeah, gingerbread. There's a little kiosk that sells gingerbread.
Wiener schnitzels.
We gotta have hard-boiled eggs in a blanket.
Ugh.
Oh damn.
Yeah, hard-boiled eggs in a blanket.
We could sell the raincoats as like the stripes. Oh, this is.
Listen, this is all 100% horrible.
Brooklyn needs this.
Everything we're saying right
Brooklyn
now
needs this.
is completely horrible and terrible.
Oh, I disavow. Absolutely.
It sounds horrible, but imagine yourself going down a roller coaster,
and learning about
but like
the Holocaust.
a Willy Wonka type roller coaster. Learning about the Holocaust, learning about all the atrocities, and then it has to have a happy ending at the end.
Yeah, it's just
if you can figure out a happy ending way, so like after the ride is over and you get to the end of the little tunnel that you're in or whatever, the doors open, daylight embraces you again. Like how do you end the Holocoaster experience? You exit through the gift shop, of course, that's a given. But how do you tie it all up into a nice little bow so that it doesn't ruin the rest of your time at the theme park, the Brooklyn theme park?
E-Man, I have the power.
No, you're greeted by soldiers like they just liberated you.
Oh,
you're the survivor.
My God.
I love it.
Damn. You
I love it.
Do you get
American
like a
soldiers?
You get a temporary tattoo when you leave?
Oh shit, yes. You take your shoes off and you put them in the locker. Oh yeah, this gets worse and worse.
God, you get a
Dude,
temporary
every
tattoo
part
of a
of it.
random string of numbers. You get an NFT that's just a random string of numbers.
Oh
It's
shit.
just, that's my Holocoaster identification number.
It's your Holocoaster NFT ID.
And Kanye West is voice behind every recording. This is whatever
Right? Yeah,
town.
Kanye should definitely voice the narrative. He should be the narrator as it goes through the experience. Absolutely, 100%. I love it. Listen. As bad as it sounds on the surface, I feel like it's a powerful thing. I feel like it could be. This might be something we need. Maybe we need to stop being so somber and so dark and so, like, grimy about it. Oh, Holocaust, you gotta go here and have your heart broken for 2 hours while you walk through it. Why can't I get a turkey leg and ride the Holocoaster and then get off and then enjoy the rest of my day?
And it's gonna, and you think that anything you have at the Holocaust Museum is gonna be as influential as one of America's greatest influencers narrating it? It could be written by rabbis in the ADL. Like, you can weave your web and narrative for how you want people to feel about the Holocaust and put in whatever facts that you think are pertinent. But let Kanye lend his voice as the narrator. Let him. He's getting older. We'll transition him into the new Morgan Freeman. He'll be our generation's Morgan Freeman. Mm-hmm. He'll become, once he narrates the Holocaust Museum, it's basically going to be like, what's his name? James Earl Jones being the voice of Darth Vader. Like, you're never getting away from it. Like that, he's going to be an iconic narrator voice at that point. If he narrates the Holocaustar, there's no way.
That is amazing, dude.
Absolutely, I see the vision.
Amazing. Yeah, I do too. I see it. It's got to be one of those 4D roller coasters, though. You ever seen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to have like extra sensory experiences while you're in there. There's got to be a part where
pyrotechnics.
Yep, fire. There's got to be a part in there where you go through and they just sprinkle like wood ash all over you. It's just wood ashes sprinkling through the air, and it just gives you a little factoid about what was going on at this particular time. And you got to brush it off when you get out. When you get out of the thing, you got to brush it all off. You just come it out all fucking. Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Dude,
I love it.
You see the sparks as if it's the gunfire, and then the air horn and the searchlight, like you tried to escape one night. Like they take it through. Yeah, like those ones where it's kind of like a motion ride, but it's like Space Mountain. So there'll be parts where you see screens and you're not really moving, right? Right? It's just you're seeing screens and it's maybe giving you the impression or it's showing you something. Like you said, there's pyrotechnics all around, and then it gets onto the track. The cart gets to the point where it's the actual roller coaster. But then it stops you again to give you like another part of the story, and it puts you in a different, you know what I mean? Like, this could be a ground-breaking thrill ride in a first of its kind. They had some stuff that's kind of edutainment at Epcot, like sit in this chair, we'll teach you the history about this. You kind of go through it slowly, but not one that is blending like high-level
Universal
drama
Studios
and fear, yes, with the education, but it's still a high-octane thrill ride. This would be a first of its kind.
Yeah, I can't even argue. How
could you?
There's a part of my...
The oven is going to be the greatest part of it.
There's a part of my my woke, higher processing mind that wants to be like, yo, this has to be problematic in one way or another, but the rest of my brain can't figure out why. The rest of my brain is 100% on board. It's just my internal want to evolve and be better. That's just like, this could be a problem, buddy. But I really don't see the problem. I really don't. The Holocaust is amazing. It's better than anything that's at what's the place here? What's the local one? Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens ain't got no Holocoaster.
Nah, Kumba's all right.
But did you learn anything?
I like the Rhino ride.
Did you
Not
learn
a
anything?
fucking thing. I didn't learn a fucking thing. I don't know how many people got thrown in ovens because of the fucking Kumba. I don't got a clue. It's got some cool twists. It's cool.
Yeah. We need to
know. I don't know shit. I don't feel sad about any parts of history because of it. I'm not walking out of there reflective and grateful to be alive.
Did you feel like you left Africa when you left Busch Gardens?
Not even a little bit. No.
Come to the Holocoaster.
Were you issued an original string of numbers when you left?
Nope.
See?
They were like, here's a picture of you looking sort of scared. Here's a picture.
Did you go to the ride called the Oven?
Oh, damn.
Right. Nah, you missed that.
There's got it.
Did you?
But there's got to be one where, like, I told dude, and I see it. It's like you're coming closer and closer to the oven. It's on the screen, and they got the fire pyrotechnics on the side. You kind of feel the heat in the distance. Like, this can be like, I mean, it's costing tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to make and design. But I think the return that it's going to get long term,
Priceless.
and what it's going to do to revitalize, and I'm sure as much as woke as New York City is, they'll be bending over backwards to give me a good deal and finance
Hasidic Jews
this.
will love it.
Dude, it's in Brooklyn. It's where there's black dudes saying "kiss my feet" and "I'm the real Jew," and people with funny hats that look like Van Helsing who ain't talking to nobody. It's got the spectrum of Jews there. It's the place, and Kyrie Irving plays for the Brooklyn. This is destiny.
Yeah.
It's destiny. All of these things converged, I believe, just so that the simulation could get us to the point where the Holocoaster makes sense to build as a way to reconcile the various spectrum of colors associating themselves with the historically Jewish community and the problems that currently exist between the African American community. Can you just imagine that opening line? Hi, I'm Kanye West and I am Jew. Today we are learning about the Holocaust. And he just goes in his typical Kanye way, and he reads the script and he gives you the history lessons. Dude, that is immediate. That's immediate healing. There at no point can you ever say anything. Listen, this man is not anti-Semitic. He made the Holocauster.
I don't even see the problem. I am Kanye West. I am Jew, and then he goes word for word, page for page, paragraph for paragraph.
He tells their story. Tell the ADL story.
Wants it. I see. That's perfect.
You get to be in charge of the script.
You'll get a
Kanye's
surprise,
gonna sell
like
it for
Kyrie
you.
Irving in there, you know, like just, hey guys, it's Kyrie Irving.
No, we'll get a Kyrie Irving animatronic.
You know what I mean?
It'll be the real Kanye West, but the Kyrie Irving will be animatronic.
Every time somebody fucks up, we get an animatron in there.
No,
Like the
we only
Country Band Jamboree.
we only make animatronics for people who apologized.
Yeah.
If you apologize, you're animatronic.
Apologize, you got to get an animatronic.
Yeah, you're a robot now.
Yeah.
You're a robot. We put him in there. It's got the little puppet mouth, the one that only moves at
Get
the
your
chin.
little scripted dialogue in
Yep,
there.
it only moves at the chin. I just got the little puppet mouth, and he's standing.
You get
in
to
there.
have I'm a Jew in there.
And he just
I'm an Israelite.
and his animatronic is malfunctioning. So all it says is "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." It's just sparks are coming out of the elbows. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love it.
It's terrible.
I'm with it. This might be the best roller coaster ever invented. And again,
And if you deny
it's
it, you're a
from here.
denier.
It came from here.
Oh shit. Are you a Holocoaster denier? You don't want this to get made?
What?
You don't see the importance of educating the masses that need to be entertained? You don't see the importance of educating them about the Holocaust? You're a Holocauster denier.
You're horrible.
You are, bro. You're
Damn.
terrible. I think you're a bad person.
That's worse than being anti-Semitic.
It really is.
That's the
It really
that's
is.
the Super
I don't want to
Saiyan
be
level.
that guy. I don't want to be
Fuck
that guy.
no.
Not only do you want to be anti-Semitic, you don't want other people to learn about history in order to not repeat it. You don't want us to learn about tragedy in a way that might be, soothing to the soul. You want us to learn about tragedy in a dark, somber environment where we just feel bad and can't do anything about it. You don't want me to be handed a turkey leg and a slushie when I get out of this ride, because that works against your narrative. I want to ride a Holocoaster. I want to get off. I want to be handed a golden brown oven roasted turkey leg.
Saved by U.S. soldiers.
Saved by U.S. soldiers, Allied soldiers. Let's just say that.
Allied.
Not just U.S. soldiers,
shit.
Allied soldiers.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful experience.
See some British soldiers in there, some Russians. You know what I mean? Like everybody gets their due. Like they came here, they liberated you. Here's the turkey leg. Oh, dude, and it can get like we can practice with some of the aspect meat trinket technology.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like it's MREs, like they're giving you rations to sustain you, but really it's the most delicious block of gelatinous turkey leg you've ever tasted.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I can't find nothing wrong with it. I think it needs to go into production immediately.
All right. Well,
I'd
let's
hire.
go.
If I had the resources, I'd hire a construction crew first thing in the morning.
yeah,
I had
I'd be on the phone with an engineer. Like, look, dude, I need you to work this out. We're gonna need to assemble a team, get people you've worked with. Who the fuck did the flume ride? Get them on board. Get the best of the best. That fucking
Yeah.
power that drops you. Like whoever, Bernie, get them in here. We need
Get us a
whoever.
meeting with the guy who designed the people who designed like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
All those people who make those haunted houses that you got to sign a waiver to go into, get them in here. We need them at the table, and then call like maybe one person from the actual Holocaust Museum, just so we could say they were in the room.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think they know what's going on. I don't think they're going to be on board. They're not hip enough.
No, we're not using them for any of the thrill ride aspects of it. We're only getting him involved with the Kanye narration.
Yeah, he's a juice
Like-
consultant. That's it. Just a juice
Right.
consultant. That's
it.
it. We can't get you into the creative process because you'll ruin it.
You're right. You'll make it super boring. You won't. We need the Michael Bay side of the thing. You're trying to make a Woody Allen movie.
You
We're
did your
making
part.
a Michael
Didn't
Bay
work
movie.
out. So we're gonna do this part. You just
Yeah,
have
nobody cares.
to just
No-
stay there.
Nobody cares. Your Holocaust Museum attendance is way down. What we thought was once an untouchable group to fucking go out and go against public opinion has completely, and no one went to, the lie for years was, well, if public opinion ever turns against us, no Holocaust. So public opinion is turned against us. Nobody wanted to indulge our horseshit or our projection of sensitivity or assertion that we're offended or everybody was kind of like, nah, he could watch whatever he want. So we overplayed our hand and we got sunned, and the NBA recognized they violated that man's First Amendment rights, and they said, fuck it, we can't push this too far because we basically have discriminated against your freedom of religion. We're now telling you what is okay to believe. There's one belief system by this particular group of Jewish people in the ADL is conflicting with your particular belief system, which comes from weird dudes with funny outfits in Brooklyn. And we've taken sides in a religious dispute, which you cannot do. It's an infringement upon the man's right. So the best thing you can do for everybody to walk away from this, to get more love and goodwill back to the Jewish community, because we've wasted so much capital on this shit, is we absolutely need to give the people something that they want. Don't give them another boring building to walk around.
Listen,
give them a full-fledged Universal Studios fucking experience.
Don just pulled up the statistics. It's basically children that visit the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah, I'm calling shenanigans on these stats. Hold on. The
But
Holocaust Museum
it's
was
forced
open.
kids that you take them to school from.
Right, you
That
can't
get in
count
the
that.
buses.
You can't count that
Oh,
as your
this is all field
demographic.
trips.
Yeah, this is all field trips.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
count this as your actual demographic. I don't know how I feel about that.
There is no organic, let's go to the Holocaust Museum out
Never.
here.
We've just
None.
made that.
Never.
Made that.
We
It's
just
not
got
like-
finished saying that too. That nobody
just made
wants
it.
to go there. So, more than 47 million people have visited the Holocaust
have been forced
Museum.
to go on
Right.
field trips, is what I
Yeah.
meant to say.
So you
Forced-
that's
40
ironic.
million basically. 40
No,
million.
no, that's like either Al Sharpton type apologies, Nick Cannon apologies, or kids on field trips. Those are the people that go to the Holocaust Museum.
Approximately 90% non-Jewish. Yeah, because it's field trips.
Right? No, because it's people who are apologizing. It's non-Jews who have to apologize, and part of the apology is I have to go to the Holocaust Museum. Those and school children and field trips are all of the numbers. Even Jewish people are like, I'm not going to that shit.
10%.
I'm not going to
There's
that
only
sad-ass
10%
shit.
Jewish people that go to the Holocaust.
Right,
And they're
why?
probably going there for like the bakery.
No, they're going there. They're going to meet the dudes there that have to apologize to make sure they do it.
Oh, we're just here to meet the guys. It's just we.
Yeah, we got to make sure they do it. It's a part of their apology acceptance. We have to sign off and confirm.
That's
Me and
horrible.
Moshe have to confirm. that they-
Holocaster, ladies and gentlemen. All the kids will love to come. You have all the fried turkeys. You have your allied
Gingerbread
soldiers,
man.
gingerbread, wiener schnitzels. You get packed up in the train.
Get some
It's
Nick
it's-
Fuentes gingerbread man cookies.
Oh,
Come on.
my God, dude! In the gift shop, Holocoaster survivor.
Let's go.
Yes.
You get the
yeah.
shirt, you get the hat.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
I
Oh,
survived the
man.
Holocauster, and
I
all I got was this
survived.
lousy T-shirt.
I'm a Holocoaster survivor.
And then people with people with Holocaust survivors start hashtagging themselves as survivors on social media.
Holocaust survivor.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, fuck it. I don't care, dude.
I
Greatest
also
think
don't
tank
like the
ever
fact.
assembled.
I also don't like the fact that they have their Facebook followers and Twitter follower numbers on the Holocaust Museum webpage. We got
Hey, it looks a lot less than 47 million to me.
163,000 followers on Instagram for the Holocaust. That's all white guilt.
Dude, who is fucking subscribing to the Holocaust gram? Help me understand. So you're on there, you're looking at bitches show their taint in twerk videos, and then being reminded about the horrors of the Holocaust. Let me check in on the gram. What's going on?
Holocaust Museum.
There's no way, dude. That's bots and people obligated to do it.
They can't be. Their Instagram can't be popping, bro.
Dude, that's
175,000 followers.
Their comments
got
got to be off on the Instagram.
Every single
No.
one of them apologized to keep their job. And a part of the agreement was you need to subscribe to our Instagram as a part of the apology.
123 comments.
Yeah, they're getting good engagement. I mean, decent engagement considering. But what the fuck is going on? Why is the Okay, well, I guess I don't even want to. I kind of want to click on one, but I also don't.
No,
want to
can we
click on
we
one.
click on the
You
one,
have
the
to click
propaganda
on-
picture one, please?
Click
This
on
one
the
here?
propaganda one.
Oh, dude, I love the artwork from that era.
Yes, that one.
This
Go to the
poster
comments.
advertised one of the most visited exhibitions in Nazi Germany, Der Ewige Jew, the Eternal Jew. Wow, which opened in Munich in 1937. A carefully curated piece of propaganda that was perpetuated harmful stereotypes about Jews. What? Oh, well, okay. Reinforced many long-held anti-Semitic beliefs, such as the idea that Jews held power behind the scenes and were aiming to destroy Germany. Other depictions include Jews shown as greedy moneylenders or communists who conspired with the Soviet Union. These false portrayals had serious consequences. Skilled propagandists in Nazi regime often used art to perpetuate their hatred for Jews. Propaganda was essential and blah, 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 blah. Okay, comments. This is a cautionary tale. It's scary how people can be manipulated. Just listen to the political ads of today. It's not that different. Scare tactics, talking points. That's pretty true. Those harmful stereotypes, like it seems pretty vanilla.
This is all.
Oh,
this
the
is-
Kanye was mentioned. Kanye was mentioned.
Some decades later, Kanye West is spreading the same hateful stereotypes.
Yeah, no, sir.
Hatred of Jews is a social disease. These are the Jews, though, that's saying this stuff. I mean, so.
Same
See, this is a
lies
bot.
Kanye
It's a
West
bot.
perpetuates.
Whose Instagram page is this? That's a bot, bro. That's a bot.
Kim Chick, 1963. Get out of here.
He's a bot, bro.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is what it is, bro. So,
What the hell am I looking at? What is he, a botanist?
I don't know. He's a bot, is what he is. He's an NPC. I don't believe him. Oh, that's where it was originally. There's a big ass poster up on the building with the. That's how.
Oh,
Hey,
I like this guy. Go. Where's the guy with the big paragraph?
who's it? Where at?
That one.
This guy. This is
What does it
this,
say?
this is a woman. We need more history taught in childhood educations. People understand and can recognize the seeds that were planted. This is just a bunch of liberals.
Oh,
Yeah, it sounds like she's saying we need the Holocaust, if I read that
Yeah.
right.
That's what I
Yeah.
think she was saying. She in not so many words. You know, she was trying to get to the point. Yeah, they look like they got a pretty safe page. You know, well, you can't attack them because you're gonna get booted off Instagram.
I say.
Wait, is that?
Indeed,
Hold on,
Yakub.
scroll up real quick.
Yakub, you need to go in there.
Wait
and
a
comment
minute.
and talk about the Holocoaster. You need to just
Why-
make a comment.
I'm gonna try to procure financing. If not from us, then who?
Right.
You need to go in there and make comments about the Holocoaster.
Why is Einstein on there? He wasn't killed in the Holocaust.
The
He
danger
was.
he's
is
a-
not imminent,
they
but where the
take him
danger
as a
comes
Jew.
in is that Hitlerism is contagious. So he had a quote about Hitlerism. Okay, well, I can agree with that. Einstein was an early target of Germany's new regime because he was so vocal in his criticism. Einstein spoke those words during his event in New York. Well, he was just in New York spitting battle bars. He was spitting diss tracks in New York. Yeah, he was over here like fuck Hitler as a record label, as a staff, as a fucking, you know what I'm saying? He was talking that
in
shit.
Your rap videos.
You know what I'm saying? Dancing.
Dancing and shit.
Oh man, yeah, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Oh, Herschel Walker.
Speaking of amazing.
Amazing. Herschel
CTE
Walker.
Candidate. Herschel Walker.
I'm gonna jump right into this real quick.
We should just end it with Herschel Walker.
Yeah, before we wrap it up, I'm gonna talk about Herschel Walker. I'm gonna let Herschel Walker speak for himself. I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna just let him speak for himself because take it from the horse's mouth. So Herschel Walker, I don't know how many people exactly heard what was happening, but he's apparently, what is he running for?
Senator.
Georgia.
He's running for a Senate seat in Georgia. Herschel Walker, former football player, current aspiring politician, I guess, in his own words.
Oh, you ever watch a stupid movie late at night hoping it's going to get better, don't get better, but you keep watching it anyway? Because the other night I was watching this movie. I was watching this movie called Fright Night, Freak Night, or some type of night, but it was about vampires. I don't know if you know vampires are some cool people, are they not? But I'm going to tell you something that I found out. A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that? I never knew that, so I didn't want to be a vampire anymore. I wanted to be a werewolf. But then anyway, as I'm watching this movie, and then you can tell how stupid it is because it's 1 a.m. So I'm watching my...
And I'm going to say also that, Aduba, you linked us this video, right? Did you originally say, or was it Q? Somebody linked this video in the text thread. And
might be Q. I don't remember.
I started playing it, and I thought it was one of those overdubs where they just, they take the sound out and they put their own rambling words in to make it look funny. But it wasn't an overdub. This is actually what he's saying.
He was in McDonough too.
At a political rally.
Political event. I'm running, now just to keep in mind for those who don't keep up with politics, the Senate consists of the 100 most powerful politicians in government. You have the most influence and the most say about that. Your vote means more than most because it's condensed down to only 2 people from each state. Like, he's never run from office. He didn't go from local alderman to mayor to congressman to senator. He didn't come up in the ranks. He just said, you know what? I played football. I got hit on the head. I've watched some movies about vampires. I'm ready for the Senate. I'm just going right for the Senate.
This is what Trump taught him.
You skipped a step. Somewhere in between there was obscurity. Nobody was talking about who Herschel Walker is or was, or nothing like that. He wasn't, as far as I know, he wasn't no successful announcer. He wasn't really doing nothing. And then some things started to happen in current events, and his opinion pretty much was black people need to pull their pants up, and if you get shot by the cops, it's your own fault. Like that kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that put him back on the radar. And a bunch of people picked him up and was like, see, this guy knows what he's talking about. That's pretty much what happened. He just had some opinions that people wouldn't expect him to have, and that dragged him into the spotlight. And this is what he gave us.
And then somebody
their TV
reached out.
Vampire.
You just said somebody did what?
No, but then somebody reached out from the Republican Party and was like, all right, so how does he feel about one of our most important issues? Like, what? So does he think a werewolf can kill a vampire? Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He absolutely knows werewolves can kill vampires. Fuck it, sign him up.
That's actually why he doesn't want to be a vampire anymore. Now he wants to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
What are your thoughts on women?
Oh, shit.
I kill on their TV. So it's kind of stupid, but I'm still watching though. As I'm watching this show, what was funny, these kids had a vampire in their attic at their house. So they was watching their TV. Now I'm watching my TV as they watching their TV, or they see the vampire killer on their TV. So they win this contest to bring this actor. Now y'all got to stay with me. Bring this actor who's a vampire killer from their TV to get rid of this real life vampire in their attic. So as this actor comes to their home, he got all the right stuff.
What movie is this?
Fright Night. The original Fright Night from probably the mid 80s or something like that, late 80s. There was a guy, it wasn't in his attic. I think maybe he had an issue with the perspective in the movie, but that's the CTE talking. There was a vampire who lived across the street from them, and he was a real vampire. But they just thought he was weird. They didn't know he was a real vampire. They had suspicions. And then they find a person who plays a vampire hunter on TV to come to their house and figure out if their neighbor's a vampire and what can he do to help kill him. So of course the actor is just like, the fuck you want me to do, bro? Like it's a TV show. But then they find out, of course, that it's a real vampire, and a lot of the shit that the actor's trying to do doesn't work. But I mean, he described the movie fairly concisely. This is in fact
better when you told it.
This is in fact what happened in Fright Night. Just so everybody knows, he's not just freestyling or some random shit off the top of his head. This is really what happened in Fright Night.
You gotta have a thing to kill him in the heart. And you got a necklace of garlic, because that worked. I don't know what it does, but it worked. You gotta have a cross, because it burns. I know that worked. And then all of a sudden, this is what was so funny about it. As they're walking through the house, this guy got the holy water. He blessing the house, this actor. Now he's all fake. He's blessing the house with his holy water. They walked upstairs, and this vampire looking real good in this black suit. Whoa, that sounds like Senator Warnock, doesn't it? Looking all good in this black suit, floated from the ceiling. He floated from the ceiling looking good and cool. And I'm thinking, whoa, they better get out of that house. If somebody float from your ceiling, get out of that house. That's not your house. But as he floated from the ceiling, the kid jumped behind that hero. As they jumped behind that hero, the guy jumped in front of him with this holy water, threw it on the vampire's forehead. He covered his eye. Then he took his hand away. He started laughing. And he said, that don't work. He took the cross, he put it on the vampire's forehead. And the vampire didn't even do anything. He said, that don't work. And that's the way it is in our life. It doesn't work unless you got faith.
So that was the moral of the story. He told that entire story about Fright Night and vampires and holy water and the actor who isn't really a vampire killer and the vampire in the attic who wasn't really in the attic. But all of that to say, things don't work unless you have faith. And that's his message to the religious folk who are following him politically, is to reference how you can't kill a vampire with tools unless you have the faith that the tools will work.
In a country of 350 million people, he is on course to be one of the top 150 most powerful people over this civilization. That's where we're at.
Is he really though? Like, is he
yes, he could potentially win. He could potentially win
because of the way and the people that he's bringing up. He has a high chance of winning, unfortunately.
Well, Senator Warnock has said some crazy shit. I think he said, there's some quote attributed to him: if God is white, we got to take him off of here. If God's white, then kill God. Like he says some wild shit.
Well, hey, listen. Do you think if the white Christian nationalists found out that God was black, they wouldn't try to kill him?
Oh no. I'm not saying the man's not entitled to his opinion. I'm just saying when it comes to how that's gonna go over in Georgia with the voters, like, I mean, maybe the people that are committed to vote for him will do that, but people who are middle of the road that maybe have the options, right, between those two, they might go with Herschel. I mean, I don't know. I think the Democrats have mastered cheating with these mail-in ballots to such a degree that I think the favor is in Warnock's court. Like, I think more than likely he's gonna win. But we'll see, dude. I mean, between him and Fetterman and Joe Biden, I mean, dude, politics is the greatest show on earth for real, dude.
American politics.
There's a dude with brain damage who, again, a senator, top 100 most powerful politicians in the whole system. Like, his vote means something. The dude can barely talk, and admits that there's a contraption that he has with his team that he's basically reading what they're typing for him. Like, his brain is not functioning. He's basically just a golem being controlled by his staff. And like, that dude is a senator. So, and you know, Biden, it clearly has dementia. So if Herschel Walker becomes a fucking senator, dude,
it's idiocracy.
Hilarity ensues.
Chase Oliver. It's idiocracy. Chase Oliver is a libertarian candidate, and he got 2% of the vote. Is it me, or does Chase Oliver look like he chases women after they refuse to listen to his song?
Dude, he's saying he's belted out some tunes in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel.
100%. He looks like a guy he looks like he's been told by women's fathers to leave them alone.
Dude, that's why he's a libertarian. He wants potential rape fantasy enthusiasts to have the freedom to choose.
Yeah,
he's a libertarian.
Yeah, what is he doing? Well, I think it's just a political party, honestly. If he was a Republican or a Democrat, he might have a better shot. But the fact that he's aligning himself, I'm pretty sure people are just voting on alignment. Are they even voting on principles and ideology, or are they just like one's red, or one's R, one's D, and I don't know what these other people are, so I'm not voting for them. That kind of seems like what it's about.
Libertarians are really just there so that Republicans lose. That's pretty much their function in these elections.
Right.
Because they shave off just enough, because they're pretty much right wing, but they shave off just enough of the conservative or Republican vote that it usually will break for the Democrat, because it'll split the vote on the Republican
They're
side.
pretty close right now. Herschel Walker is at 48.5% with 1.9 million votes. Raphael Warnock is at 49.4% with 1.94 million votes. So Herschel is
they got a runoff.
Amazingly closer
next month, I think.
than I thought he would be, honestly. After listening
It all
to
took
him
the vampire speech. That's what did it.
After listening to him formulate sentences, I have to say I didn't think he'd be doing that well.
It doesn't instill confidence, but go ahead and pull up a John Fetterman interview. Go ahead and run with that dude, because I can tell you Pennsylvania elected a dead guy, and Pennsylvania elected pretty much a mentally dead guy, which lets you know, like, nothing should shock you from how bad a candidate is, because the country is so polarized at this point that it doesn't matter. Everybody is just vote. Like that Dr. Oz fucking Fetterman interview. Like, let's listen to some. Dude, he's the senator. Listen to some of his quotes, dude. Get some of his clips from the fucking debate.
What the fuck?
Why am I looking at an MMA like?
You're in for a treat, dude.
He looks like Gru from Despicable Me. He looks like the character from Despicable Me. This guy is definitely a bar fighter. Why is he a senator? I don't even know where to start. Just looking at this guy's bugging me out.
Nah, dude, go up and capture his debate. Some of his debate responses against Dr. Oz.
Stroke.
Dude.
He had a stroke?
Oh, yeah. He had a stroke like 7-8 months ago. They could have replaced him, but they're
Why
like,
is this
nope.
man leading the country?
The country is polarized enough that people will vote for whatever the fuck we put out in front of them, as long as they're not the other guy. Listen, our team rapes better. Vote for our rapists. Stick with us. Like, it doesn't matter what you put in front of them. As long as it's not the other guys, we'll vote for them. This is how everybody's getting fucked over. Like, listen to some of his answers, dude. You're in for a I can't believe dude. You've really never heard nothing from this dude.
No,
man.
It's my first time even hearing.
I stay away from politics, man.
Comedy fucking gold. Yo, buckle up, dude. Get ready.
So
this shit is gold.
This I don't see any that's like highlights.
He doesn't know where to start.
It says
no,
Fetterman.
Dude, grab any grab the debate. Go anywhere where this dude is talking. Back it up a little bit to hear the question and let the good times roll. You can literally drop the needle anywhere. It doesn't matter. There wasn't one coherent sentence where you would think, oh, this is just a regular dude. Every single sentence he uttered just completely destroys confidence in this man's ability to, like, operate as a senator.
Damn.
The country's falling apart.
I'm running to serve Pennsylvania. He's running to use Pennsylvania. And let's also talk about the elephant in the room. I had a stroke. He's never let me forget that. And I might miss some words during this debate, mush two words together, but it knocked me down, but I'm going to keep coming back up.
I'm running for the U.S. Senate because Washington keeps getting it wrong with extreme
Pause
positions.
real quick.
And this guy's like a TV doctor, right?
He's a TV doctor. Okay, this is some heavy editing, dude. Did you see all the jump cuts?
Yeah.
Bro,
they strung that sentence together.
In a debate
Find some shit where it's not edited and just let him answer a
be
question.
Pennsylvania Senate. This should not be your leader. This guy had a
Let's
stroke.
Get started, Mr.
He's
Fetterman
gonna have another
near
stroke.
Pittsburgh. And one, you have 60 seconds.
This is horrible.
Hi, good night, everybody. I'm running to serve
Okay, back it
Pennsylvania.
up. Hold on, wait. Back it up.
Hi,
So, hold
good
on,
night, everybody.
So, hold on. This is his opening statement.
Hi,
He said
everybody.
good night, everybody.
Yes. So they're like, okay, give your opening statement to start it off.
He
Hi.
said, hi, good night, everybody. This
Yes.
man had a
I
stroke.
thought he was just gonna leave. I thought he was just gonna walk off.
That's his first statement. The first sentence out of his mouth. Hi.
What
Good night.
qualifies you to be a U.S. Senator? You have 60 seconds.
Dr. Oz already
Hi,
left.
good night, everybody. I'm running to serve Pennsylvania. He's running to use Pennsylvania. Here's a man that spent more than $20 million of his own money to try to buy that seat. I'm also having to talk about something called the Oz rule, that if he's on TV, he's lying. He did that during his career on his TV show. He's done that during his campaign about lying about our record here. And he's also lying probably during this debate. And let's also talk about the elephant in the room.
Why the world
I had a
is
stroke.
fucked up
He's never
makes
let
a
me
lot of
forget
sense
that.
This
And
motherfucker look
I
like the
might
Shropshire
miss some words
Slasher.
during this debate.
The world is fucked up
Together,
because
it
this
knocked
is
me
what
down,
they did in
but
the
I keep
past.
coming back
Now
up.
that we have
And this
cameras and
campaign is all about,
pictures,
to me, is about
we see it.
fighting for everyone in Pennsylvania that ever got knocked down, that needs to get back up, and fighting for all forgotten communities all across Pennsylvania that also got
I would
knocked
move out of
down,
Pennsylvania.
that needs to get back up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fetterman. Mr. Oz, you
I
are a
would move
doctor,
out
a
of
businessman, and
Pennsylvania.
It needs to keep getting back
I
up.
would move out of Pennsylvania. I would say, well, I tried. This is not the state for me anymore.
Listen, if you don't believe that the elections are rigged, then people saw that and said, that's my guy.
What?
People chose that if you don't believe that elections are rigged.
Tell
Bro,
me
if
this,
you
tell me
got-
this ain't the same guy.
If you got, I should lead your.
Dude, that's him.
Your, oh my god.
Tell me that's not the same
That's
guy, bro.
exactly him.
That's
him,
the
dude.
Shropshire
He's got the
Slasher,
lump
bro.
on the back of his
Him.
head too.
That's him. That's
That's
how he
him, bro.
talks.
Time for a meme.
Him.
That
Somebody
is him,
meme
bro.
machine.
That's not the Shropshire Slasher, bro. Standing there
That's
trying to
him.
become the senator.
That's him.
He think we don't know. He
That's
think we don't
him.
remember him.
That's him.
Shropshire Slasher think we don't remember him, bro. What is he doing?
That's the guy running for Pennsylvania
What
state
is he doing?
senator.
That's
Not
him right
running.
there.
He already won.
Oh, he won.
No, wait, no, he won.
He won.
He
Won.
won.
He's a
He
senator.
won. He's a senator. He's the guy that's gonna say who has to
Right.
read the law and say, yeah,
Not read, write it. Write it, vote on it. So
this makes
Warnock,
complete sense. This makes a
Warnock
lot of
and
sense.
Walker have a runoff. So I think the rules in Georgia are if nobody gets a certain percentage and they did
They
it
have to
because
do
of
it
that
again.
libertarian, then right, they just take the two highest and they pit them head to head. That's why I think Herschel Walker has a chance. But that's why they have a runoff. This shit in Pennsylvania between Oz and Fetterman is over. Fetterman won. Now it was just like when Trump got elected or not elected on the last one, was leading in the by the end of the night, they started counting all the mail-in ballots, and then overnight, oh man, look at it, you're not winning anymore, dude. And every state where they had this mass mail-in ballot shit and Democrats pretty much controlled the election process, you saw that almost everywhere. Like all of a sudden, oh, you were super duper winning last night, but look, we found some ballots. It's the mass ballot, the mass mail-in voters, or mass mail-in ballots. Like that's the voter fraud, dude, without a doubt. They got these people and they saw pictures of it. They were posting pictures of, I think it was in Arizona, where people are jumping off like 10, 20, 30 and taking pictures of it. Like they're mailing these out, people are finding them, scooping them up, and they're getting paid. There's a financial incentive to get those Democratic votes for that. And people who don't give a fuck, they're like, yeah, I was registered, but I'm not actually voting. Cool, let me get your ballot. That's how they did this.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
All right, here's a scenario. You're my hiring manager. I'm coming in for a job. I come and shake your hand. How you doing, sir? I say hello and good night. What is your thoughts?
Hello,
I have to
good
hire
night.
you so I don't get sued.
Hello, good night, everyone. You just
Yo,
get up and walk out.
strongest opener.
Yeah, that is probably the strongest way to open a conversation. Say hello, good night, everyone. Nah, he had a TED Talk, so he's official. He's official. I'm looking at footage of his TED Talk right now. That's the sharpshooter slasher though. He's not gonna fool me.
That's before the stroke.
Yeah, this was 6 years ago.
Yeah, that don't count, dude.
That's once you have the stroke and you're talking like that, you should not be a public official in charge of laws. That should be a law.
Yeah, hey, listen, he won, so what can you say? Maybe
the
the stroke.
We're fucked.
But it's Georgia. It's Georgia though, so I feel like if you can get elected in Georgia like that in Georgia, because the stroke makes you more relatable.
That's Philadelphia, so I know Pennsylvania, so I know where I'm not going.
Oh, it's Pennsylvania.
That's Pennsylvania, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was.
We
Georgia.
haven't had our CTE guy.
Oh no,
Georgia.
that was
Yeah.
Herschel. Herschel's in Georgia.
That was Herschel.
Yeah,
Walker,
Warnock and Walker is Georgia. Fetterman and Oz was Pennsylvania, and Philly has never been better. So I mean, what they're doing in Pennsylvania is really working. They're in great shape. Everything's great there.
That just to make you lose. Can you imagine being a doctor and you lost to like a stroke patient?
Well, just being
we're not recovered, right? You got to recover first.
That does tell you a lot.
To get this, it's not that you had a stroke; it's that you clearly haven't recovered from it yet. They're not in a position to do it. Bitch, get better first.
No, that just tells you a lot about people. Like, you know, they identify more with a stroke victim than a doctor.
They probably gave this man adrenaline. They gave this man some steroids, and they said, "Please read this."
Yeah, they sent him out there all hopped up on caffeine and Xannies or some shit like that. That's amazing. I can't believe it. But it's politics. It's politics. Donald Trump made sure that the veil could be torn off politics. So you don't, the nice suit, keeping up appearances, saying the right thing at the right time. That shit don't matter no more, bro. That shit don't matter no more. You could be the Shropshire Slasher and have a stroke, and you can still be
and win.
Successful politician, bro. It don't matter.
Like that should even be like, even the people that are like, I want to win by any means, even they should be like, you know what? I'm not willing to cheat to get this motherfucker in. Like, I'm not going to even get these extra ballots. Like, we have a dude that can't talk, but they were still like, nah, fuck it.
We got to go.
Push it through, dude.
They saw Biden, and they're like, yo, come on, man.
Now Biden's become the archetype. They were like, yo, we got a dude that's basically brain dead that we can just type words. Elon Musk probably put a Neuralink in that dude.
This is the true Manchurian candidate right before our eyes. This is it right here.
Dude, there's a clip where they're talking about running him for president.
They should.
There's a clip on one of the morning talk shows where they're like, his win was very impressive.
Stroke. He's pushing the button, bro. Like,
dude, he's talking about, they were like, with him doing so well in Pennsylvania, like, he's a rising star. What do you think about him running for president in 2024? Like, they are fucking loony. They're all crazy, dude. The Republicans think Herschel Walker, who thinks vampires are the coolest fucking guys ever, or this dude that fucking can't talk and bitches are on TV saying he should fucking run for president. They're all crazy.
This is Weekend on Bernie's on steroids.
They're all crazy. If you think Herschel Walker should be a senator or John Fetterman should be a senator, I question whether, in my opinion, you have a tenuous grasp on reality. I don't think you really think any of this shit is that serious. Like, maybe people just are like in on the joke at this point. Like, yeah, we never took it seriously. It's rigged. We don't give a fuck. We actually will vote for the craziest person. In which case, you know what? I take it back. I actually think Herschel Walker has a huge chance. I think even Democrats would be like, fuck it, dude. This dude's just way crazier. I'm with it. Fuck it. Burn it down. Let's just get Herschel in there.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's stop playing. Let's just burn it all down. Fuck it. I think that's the attitude a lot of people might have right now. They're just like, let's just do it, bro.
This
we'll
makes
do it
me
live.
happy I didn't vote.
Yeah, you did the right thing, bro.
Makes me happy I didn't participate in this fucking ridiculous.
Or the blood would be on your hands.
Yeah, complicitous. I refuse.
I refuse to participate in this destruction that you guys are causing.
But don't worry, because if you were in Pennsylvania, both of you gentlemen would have voted. Because they would have took your mail-in ballot and just filled it out for you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I probably did vote. I probably am voting. I just had no clue.
You probably voted like 8 or 9 times in 12 different states.
And I'm pretty sure I voted for Joe Biden. I'm pretty sure I voted for Joe Biden.
Georgia right
against my will. Against my consent, I voted for Joe Biden.
Vote rape.
3 times.
Oh my God.
God,
And I
this
think
is
that's the
world,
biggest
bro.
takeaway. So the takeaway is always get consent before sending a dick pic. Anything else is a crime. You need to first reach out. Hey, would you mind if I sent you a dick pic?
Unless there's a thin layer of fabric over it.
Yes. If you
Right.
wrap your dick in yoga pants,
Right.
you can send it to whoever you want.
Right. Right. See? We solved the problem. We solved the problem. We could
Loophole.
just put it like just like wrap it in a pantyhose or something like that.
Like
And-
it's robbing. It's robbing her phone. Dress it up in a ski mask.
Yeah,
like it's
dress it
robbing a
up
bank.
like a stick-up kid. And dress it up like Ghostface on the front of the Wu-Tang.
Ghostface dick pics.
Right, and send her
There you
that.
go.
That's acceptable. That'll
That'll keep you out of jail.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got no bear dick pics, only Ghostface. We have the Holocoaster.
The Holocoaster,
That should
for
get
sure.
us. The Holocoaster should get us at least $11 million in funding.
And as just as a start of good faith, like just
Yeah,
to
that's
say,
a good
I
faith
see your
seed.
gentleman's business. Yes, that's seed money.
That's seed money. Good faith seed money. 11 million. And politics is brain dead. I think it's fair to say at this point. I think it's fair to say politics overall is brain dead. Now,
And the
doesn't
simulation is just manifesting it for us because we
Yeah.
haven't gotten the picture.
Yeah, they're just NPCs. They don't intend you to be that involved. It's like if you playing Grand Theft Auto and you're driving down the street and then you look out the window on the side of the road and you see like a bunch of people grouped up and they're all arguing with each other. The game, technically, I think the game wants you to just like kind of drive past it and go to your mission. But if you get out of the car and you go walk over there and you stand there to see how long it takes or what's going to happen, now it's got to make something up. So now a plane might crash. It might be a shootout from the cops. Anything can happen. But that's because you paid it attention. Observation is influence. We talked about this in quantum physics before. So the more you look, the more the simulation has to create narratives and scenarios to keep your mind busy. But there's nothing really happening over there. It's just a bunch of NPCs bouncing off each other. I promise. There's nothing going on. Oh,
Dude,
and finally, we didn't get into it, but the level 10 dreadlock final boss has been sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences plus 700 years. So he is the king of all dreadlocks right now. He is the rightful owner of Miami. He don't give a shit, and the only way for you to beat him and dethrone him is to get sentenced to more time.
Math boy fly, ladies and gentlemen. Math boy.
Real Rogan shit, dude. He's got the crown.
He's got the crown. He's got the juice now. And the only way you take the juice from him is to get more time on your sentence.
Yes. And by the way, this does not work unless you're level 10 dread. Cut your level 10 dreads off.
Represent yourself in court.
Yes, and continue the level 10 dread activities without the level 10 dreads.
Right.
Dude, hold on. and gave a 2-hour speech.
2 hours. It was
for
fantastic.
sentencing.
You know what that was?
Fantastic.
You know what that was? Have you ever tried to get a kid to go to bed at night?
Oh, that's definitely what that was.
The kid knows it's bedtime. You know it's a wrap. It's time to go to bed. But the kid's like, that one thing. Remember we had talked about when we said we were going to do that? We were going to go see that movie. Like, yeah, we'll see the movie, buddy. All right, good night. Good night. Okay, can I just get some water before I go to bed? Yep, go ahead. Get some water before you go to bed, buddy. I like drinking water. You ever notice how when you're thirsty, when you drink water, it's better than, and you just sitting there like, it's bedtime, right?
All I could think about was when Malcolm X was talking about how black people waste their talents, and all I could think about was he should be a senator doing a filibuster.
Yeah, dude, get him on the Senate floor.
That would be that's what he should have been doing with his life.
Because
listen, I'll take it a step further. Listen, I'll take it a step further. That crazy level 10 dread would be a better senator than Herschel Walker and John Fetterman.
Yeah,
possibly.
He's crazy as shit, but he at least has the linguistic skills, and as crazy as he is, the presence of mind to actually do better at coherently participating. Like, and trust me, he was off. You watch that. He was not in line. He was saying all kinds of wild shit. He's clearly out of his mind, and yet he has more semblance of sanity and presence of mind than both Herschel Walker and John Fetterman.
Listen, I trust Level 10 Dread compared to those two gentlemen only because it's vernacular when it comes to the law.
No, that's what they always do. When you out here free on the street, you running motherfuckers over with cars, you killing people at the Waffle House. That's what you're doing. And then as soon as, like I said last time, as soon as you go to jail, you making a fucking DVD player out of a toaster. Where was all that ingenuity while you was free? It's like T.I. When you listen to T.I. on the record, listen to T.I. on any rap record you want. Just pick one and go listen to it. He barely pronounces his words. He's like, oh, nigga, now, motherfucker, won't. That's how he raps. But then you put him in court, and it's expeditiously, Your Honor. Who are you lying to? Are you lying to the judge by pretending to be smart, or are you lying to us by pretending to be stupid? And you can't pretend to be smart if you're stupid. So that only leaves one option. He's lying to us because he knows we identify with stupid and mispronounce words and goofy motherfuckers that commit crimes. That's who we identify with. If he come and talk to us like that, we're going to oust him. We're going to ostracize him for talking white. But when you go to court and those aren't my firearms, Your Honor, expeditiously, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's the soft bigotry of low expectations. He's talking to y'all like you're retarded and you're buying his records. That's not how he talks to the
Dread,
judge.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's not how he talks to the judge.
Inspire to be something, Level 10 Dread.
Yeah,
No.
He's the boss.
But he did kill children. I mean, just to be clear, he's a horrible human being.
We'll see what happens when he gets to jail.
His Level 10 activities was very atrocious, but Level 10 Dread has very different styles and forms.
When he gets to jail, this one, we'll find out. Will he be
the man of God?
Will he be high-fived when he walks through the doors, or will he get shanked 400 times because he killed children? The prison life will tell. Yeah. Do they care about what he did, or will he just go in there and now he owns the phone and he's getting all the zuzus and wham-whams from everybody?
I think they might put him in the solitary confinement. Personally, I think they might.
Nah, he's perfect for Gen Pop, bro. You can get 2 seasons worth of Oz out of him.
Vox Populi, Vox Day.
Yeah,
let
seriously,
the people speak.
Gen Pop, please. We need a reality show immediately. This guy's a psycho for real. But hey, 700 years and 6 consecutive life sentences. The judge was trolling. She was like, I'm just going to give this motherfucker as much as I possibly can.
Listen, my prayer is when Jacob finally does get a hold of that girl and inevitably murders her, that he ends up sharing a cell. And then they have like a bosom buddies type reality show with those two.
Yeah, I feel like they'd fit together pretty good. The only difference is Daryl's not an incel. He'd be pimping on him. He'd be pimping on the bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was pimping on the bitch.
Oh, dude, and he starts just becoming all sycophantic. Like, he's really good with girls. All these girls are writing him letters.
Right.
And he starts trying to be more like Daryl.
Oh, God. That's all he needs is a role model. He needs Daryl as a role model.
We're going to run this cul-de-sac when we get out.
It's going to be the new Perfect Strangers. That's the new Perfect Strangers TV show. Yo, Daryl and Jacob, bro. That sounds like a TV show already. Daryl and Jacob. So what you in for? I chased a bitch for a couple blocks. That's all.
But eventually I did catch her and murder her. That happened too.
You know how women are. They like that.
You know women.
I think she should do porn. All right, get out of here. You get out of here. I'm done with you. Sounds like you got any ID on you, bro? Because I'll fuck you up right now if you want. Nah, I love it. This is current events. This is a simulation. This is the state of the world that we exist in today. It's here for hilarity. It's here for you to recognize the absurdity of it all and make a conscious choice not to be consumed by the chaos. That's all it is. If you make a conscious choice to not be consumed by the chaos, a whole different door opens up to you. It's behind the curtain. It's behind the veil. It's a multi-dimensional metaphysical door. And the only way you can open it is to not say the world is not supposed to be like this, or I can fix it, or no. Look at it. This shit is absurd, chaotic, and ridiculous, but I'm still going to enjoy myself. And that's how you open the magic door.
If you don't think it's metaphysics or we're fucked, just take a look at your alternatives.
Right.
Just look around.
Right.
This is as good as it gets. Yeah. Brain dead senators, level 10 dreads that become the new Warriors after running over men, women, and children, and people only caring about the Holocaust if you can make it a thrill ride. This is our world.
Right. You tell me what's a better option. What's a better option than metaphysics to be fucked at this point? I'm always open. The floor is open. Drop us a message. Send us a Cash App with a message attached to it. That way we'll definitely see it. And if you think you have a better alternative, please, the floor is yours. Come on the show and tell us why it's not metaphysics or we're fucked. Until then, that's exactly what it is.
And by all means, please, I'm on Twitter now, so please help the engagement. Come and participate. Yakub Cavemanistein at Code Danger Gent. Come and join in on the ground level as we break ground on the Holocoaster. Come be a part of history.
Yes, I'm gonna add your Twitter to the bio and the description. I'm gonna get that done so everybody knows we got all our contact in here. Look, if you can't go through the backlog of all of the amazing ideas and world-saving, problem-solving, heavy lifting that we've been doing, don't even worry about it. Just send us the money. You don't have to go through the backlogs and figure out which idea you want to fund or what. Just trust the universe. Send us the money, and we'll get to balancing this thing out for you. We'll make sure you have a piece of land on the cul-de-sac to come enjoy, and the gated cul-de-sac to come enjoy. You have a timeshare on the compound. Just start sending the money, bro. We'll take care of the rest.
And if you think you have a better idea, then we challenge you to stand on that square and debate. Just come in. You show us the way. We're happy to be enlightened. Because after everything we've observed and everything we've engaged, there doesn't seem to be any salvaging what we have. The only choice is to come out from Babylon, create your own fucking code, and just disengage. Because the more you feed into this shit, the bigger it grows. Whether it's fucking Donald Trump or rape play, it's being fed into the universe and it's manifesting around us. There's no way out of it. There's no way out of it unless you leave and build your own shit. But being in it, dude, just again, I encourage you, look at the alternative. If you don't think it's metaphysics or we're fucked, just look around, because again, it's as good as it gets. This is it, people. This is it. Herschel Walker for president, 2028. Let's do it.
Let's get it, bro. And watch Fright Night. See what that man was talking about.
It sounds amazing.
How are you gonna get through this next political volley if you haven't watched Fright Night? If you don't know what Herschel Walker's talking about, bro.
Dude, somebody needs to do a movie trailer with the Fright Night footage and maybe some scary music, but with Herschel Walker's
I'm already working on it. I'm already working on it, bro. I'm already working on it. I'm telling you, I'm cutting up the trailer and pieces from the movie. I'm gonna go right to the part that he was explaining, and we're gonna show everybody Herschel ain't got CTE. His brain didn't melt years ago. He's not brain dead. He's not a robot that somebody else is piloting. He just really liked the movie Fright Night
and remembered it frame by frame.
Yes. So I'm gonna give some clarity for the homie Herschel. I'm gonna cook this up and I'm gonna upload it this week. I'm gonna get it out there just so everybody can stop shaming this man and talking crazy about him for citing a classic, an absolute cult classic movie on a political platform to show people that you need faith for your tools to work. So yeah, I got you. I got your back, Herschel. I got your back. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, man, and grab some food and enjoy the rest of this night. And I'm sure you brothers will do the same. And we will be linking up again soon, I'm sure. It's
Catch me in Plenty of Blackfish.
Yeah, he's on Plenty of Blackfish, trolling the algorithms for good content. We still got to figure out a way to screen cap some of this shit.
Side nigga hustle auditions. I'm about to jump in one of those.
Dude, I'm curious and hard. Please tell me more.
Yeah, we need some footage. We need some screen caps. You got to figure out how to hook it up so you can get some of this out to the rest of the world. We need to see what's going on Plenty of Blackfish.
Oh, there's content galore.
There's
drunk girls going off right now.
Let's get it.
Doing side niggas auditions. If you guys would like to come, it's there. It's happening.
Now, see if it's the only proper way to apply for a side nigga position is a pipe pick, right?
That's a question you would have to ask.
Ask him and screen cap the answer, y'all. Because I feel like if that's what you're auditioning for, then this is like, let's cut right to the chase. So we're gonna be waiting. We'll be patiently waiting for some Plenty of Blackfish screen caps, and Until then, everybody take it easy. I hope everybody has a powerful
Yes.
and productive week coming up, and we'll
Be
link
safe.
up soon.
Peace.
Yeah, man. Y'all brothers take it easy.
To have to be the quote-unquote religion of tomorrow. If it isn't, you're fucked. Totally and absolutely.